It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What it is, yo? What's up? Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's your girl BondyBlue, and I'm back for another BondyBlue show. Okay. We have a few things to discuss. If you saw the top of the video, we're going to be talking about India Love. We're going to be talking about Shia Lebeouf. And we're also going to be talking about Michael Jordan because things are getting rather creep all up and through the Americas, girl. And abroad. But it's absolutely given creep down to the Americas, girl. So we have a lot to get into. I hope y'all are having a good day. I hope y'all enjoyed the OLFP last night, the Ooh Ladies First panel. Shout out to us because it's Ooh Ladies First, Ladies First. Okay, shout out to Queen Latifah for that one. You guys, listen, I know that some of you don't know how to be in the moment, right? Some of you are impatient. And some of you come to a video and you want people to get right to whatever is in the title. And any type of like intro, hey, how you doing? You know, any type of other conversation, you may not really want to hear. And so you might leave a comment in the comments. And you might tell everybody where the live actually starts, the part that y'all wanted to hear. And listen, I don't have a problem with y'all putting time codes into the chat. But when you word it in a way as if you are tired of my ramblings, as if the entire fucking video is not my ramblings, you just make me feel like who you talking to. That's all. I just be wondering like who y'all be talking to, right? Because somebody commented the time code when it finally starts. And I was just like, not when it finally starts, bitch, was I aggravating you? Because, you know, you could have just came back once the video was over and then you would be able to, you know, go ahead and catch that replay. And the replay allows you to fast forward, play things as quickly as you like. So there's no reason for you to be rude in the comments, rushing me through my commentary because you didn't care to have the conversation that I wanted to have at the beginning of the Married to Medicine video. Y'all don't have to be rude about it. Cause like, you know, it does kind of feel disrespectful to come to somebody's shit and be like, hurry up and get to the part that we're here for. It's not that I don't get it, but just come back later. And you also don't have to tell me about it. You don't have to be rude and let me know that you didn't give a fuck about what I was talking about. You just want me to hurry up and get to the boring ass reality show that I have to make more interesting with commentary. You don't have to be that way, you know, because it's just not necessary, right? So if you want to put a time code, can you just put the time code? Can you not have to be rude about it? And then if you see somebody making a rude comment towards me that you agree with, do you have to be a puss ass nigga and like feel like I want to jump in too? I don't know what be going on. I don't know what be going on, but it also feels like I don't know why people feel, you know, why they gotta treat you like that. Like, damn, girl, you ain't gotta treat me like that. I ain't do nothing to you. But it's okay. We here. And I want everybody to know we're going to Thailand in April. And I'm very excited because my husband's coming. And it's gonna be so fun. And we are going April 10th. So if you want to come to Thailand, you need to sign up before February 28th. Link down below in the description box. Men and women are welcome. It's a group trip, not a retreat. Now, if you need the retreat, you might need therapy. You might need conversations. You might need going out of town with safe people, going out of town with lovely people, having a good time, girl. No humbuggish shit allowed. If you want to come to the next retreat, we going on a retreat in September to Mauritius, to East Africa. Can't wait, okay? So I just finished putting our little passport information in, sending it over to Ty. And when I tell y'all, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I hope you guys are still okay. Let's get into Dr. Heavenly for Congress. And, just some of the things that I missed yesterday because I forgot about this. I forgot about it. My bad. So, let me see. Can I? That's cute. Okay, let's do that. Yes, Heavenly is saying. I did reality TV and I was golden at it. But this is personal. I'm a professional. I showed up, stood in my truth, and built something powerful. Now my community needs me. And the same bold, smart, fearless woman you saw before will be golden in Congress too. Hashtag Dr. Heavenly for Georgia. And then Dr. Simone Whitmore came down into the comments and said, your community is not interested in a fool. Never has been, never will be. They are better than you aspire to be. Wow, you guys. Just wow. The girls really don't like each other. It is so sad. Simone always gives this vibe like she is envious of the risk other people are willing to take because she has things that she is not risky enough to do, like leave her husband or expeditiously quit her job. She just, she can't do it, girl. And because she can't do it, she hate on other people that can. And girl, it's just so sad, It's so upsetting. But nonetheless, Heavenly is running for Congress. Simone is still with her husband and defending him on the internet. I saw, one of the girls sent me somebody to block because they was like, what do you mean, Bonnie? You need to think before you speak. It's like, ma'am, I don't say anything that hasn't been thought about before I spoke. But the comment was like a paragraph about how upset she was that I said Simone shouldn't have defended Cecil on the internet. And it was female to female. And if somebody said something to my husband, I would be defending him. First of all, I'm not on a reality show. Second of all, if my husband did something that I didn't like and it was on social media and people were saying something to him about it, no, I would not. I would not defend him. He's a grown-ass man. He can handle his own emotions. He can handle his own social media. But nobody is doing that because I'm not on a reality show. I don't tell y'all my business. And I don't admonish him publicly in a way that would give you anything to go after him with. As far as y'all know, Lyric is Jesus. Okay? So yeah, I specifically don't put my business on Front Street in such a manner so that people cannot come at the people that I love. But at the same time, I am nobody's guard dog, bitch. Now, if somebody did something and we out somewhere and it's a woman and it's some fit like you getting in my husband's face, that's a different situation. But on social media, in the context of Simone and Cecil, yeah, no. Let that nigga defend himself on the internet. Y'all are both on a reality show. He loves to get into the comments and tussle with women on Twitter. So I don't see why he can't defend himself or ignore people. That's what I was actually suggesting, that y'all ignore and block stupid ass people that say shit to y'all in y'all comments because y'all are on reality TV and I assume it happens at a far higher rate than it ever would happen to me because I'm on social media, right? But at the end of the day, girl, I thought about what I said and I know exactly what I said. And see, that's the reason why I don't have some of the same issues that a lot of y'all have because y'all don't know how to act. You don't know how to act, bitch. You think that a man is somebody you need to protect when at the same time you're screaming to the girls that a man is supposed to be a protector. You hoes don't know how to chill out. Y'all don't know how to let men be men. Y'all don't know how to do that, girl. Because y'all always want to tussle on their behalf like a fucking chihuahua. Yeah, I'm not doing all of that. There was a time in my life where I would, but no, I'm not really raising my voice and doing nothing out of, like, I don't live my life like that. That don't happen a lot for me. I am nowhere complaining about my husband to the point that people feel like they need to defend me to him. Girl, where have you seen it? You ain't never seen it. Because I don't do it. See how that works? I'm not saying don't ever defend your partner, but I'm not defending a nigga about something I've been putting him on blast about. That's what I'm saying. This is why the men play with y'all the way they do. Because y'all allow it. And because y'all say dumb shit. Y'all let everybody know that y'all gonna be out here willing to fight and tussle over that nigga. And that's all they need to hear, to drag your ass through some fucking dirt. That's all they need to know. Oh, you gonna be fighting for me, bitch? You gonna be doing all of this crazy shit for me? Oh, I know. That means I can dog your ass out. That's what that means. I could dog your ass out and you not gonna go nowhere. You gonna stay right the fuck here and continue to let me dog your ass out because you love me. Because you love me. And that's y'all journey. Bitch, that's your journey. But don't ever think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about or I'm not clear on what the fuck I said. I know what I said, bitch, and I meant it. And I meant it. You don't have to take my advice. You don't have to. It wasn't even really advice for you. Puss asshole. I'm sorry. Y'all hoes be acting pussy. Y'all act real scared. Y'all act real scared about these niggas. And I understand. I get it. I used to be the same way. But then I grew the fuck up. There was a level of maturity, like a spurt of maturity that happened. And when that happened, I realized that we are two individuals that must make ourselves happy as people. And then if we are still healthy and good for each other, we can be together and have a wonderful relationship the way that we do. But I don't own him. He don't own me. I don't control him. He don't control me. And unless we need each other, we don't interfere in each other's affairs. So yeah, no, I'm not somewhere screaming to the top of my fucking lungs, raising my pressure over a nigga the way the rest of y'all are. Y'all enjoy that. I do not. I come up here and talk. I don't want to run. I don't want to have to run these vocals to you hoes about no nigga, especially not one that is mine. Girl. Get your lives together before you start talking to me in the comments crazy. Now, girl, let's get into Cam and his little hat.
Let's just be honest. If we're talking about hierarchy, you've been with your husband how many years?
Not that many. We knew.
It's new as well.
We went friend to fiance. Let's say 6 months.
Okay, cool. 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if you had a 3-year-old? You still gonna choose your fiance over your 3-year-old?
Is it his baby?
It don't matter who it is.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. You're right. I'm not choosing a fiance. I'm choosing my husband.
Because this is what I want you to understand.
Yes.
You've been married for 6 months, right? That child has been in your life for 3 years. 3 years and 9 months. The hierarchy there is like, yo, it's my responsibility to nurture this.
I gotta ask you a question because for me, that's really hard for me to even wrap my mind around because I won't be baby mamaed without a commitment of marriage. So it's hard for me.
You know, I really wish, I said this when I heard this clip originally. I said this to my husband. I turned to him and I said, I really hope that there is a better world or a universe that I get to experience at some point. I know we don't remember our lives and stuff like that or whatever's happened to us before or after, whatever. But I really, really hope that one day my soul gets to experience an existence that doesn't talk about human beings like this. I would love to eventually live in a time that values women for childbirth and rearing children, that values women just because they are a being, that does not look at them as something to be quantified or valued like an object that can be used up like a rag and not a person that has a soul and a mind and a spirit and grows and learns things and experiences things. You people speak about women in a way that I find disgusting. And I'm getting to a point now where I want you to feel the shame that you should feel. I'm grossed out by you. Oh, I cannot stand Cam, but Miss Fontenot over there, Miss Fontenot is like the evil stepmother that I hope never has children. I don't know if she's serious or not, but I do know whatever man she's married to is probably going to dog her the fuck out. And on some level, he's going to feel like she deserves to get dogged out. Because what a lot of women don't realize is when men look at you, they look at you like a mother, like their mother. And sometimes they will think to themselves, if I had a mother that thought like you, I would have hated it. And so now I'm going to get in a relationship with you because you worship me, but I'm going to have a lot of fun abusing you because I think you would be a terrible mother.
Me to wrap my mind around having a 3-year-old and then having a new man. Now, I know that happens every single day and there is no right or wrong way, but so this is my question. Do you feel like women's value gets lowered when they have multiple children by multiple men?
I just think that the
I don't. I think it all depends. Like, first of all, we're not on a value system. This is how you know that y'all have not shaken slavery yet, because you still look at people like there's a dollar value amount to them. And it's kind of sick. It's not kind of sick. It's fucking sick.
reality of that answer is women's value get lower the more children that they have.
Break that down.
This is shade towards the first old lady. I believe the one that's from New Orleans. I forget her name. The one he had 4 kids with and then left and then got with Jazzy. Now Jazzy's on her second baby, so her value is decreasing. But every time she brings a new life into this world, every time she almost dies in childbirth, bringing a new life into this world, squeezing something the size of a watermelon out of the opening of something the size of a fucking peanut. You're telling me that having children, which is the most coveted thing in this world, most of the patriarchy in itself was created because men envied women being able to bring life into the world. They envied the fact that they come from women. And so they create patriarchy to control the birth of women so that they can commodify it and turn it into capitalism, slavery, trafficking. If you are still looking at human beings the way these two people are discussing them, I think you need to do a lot of work on yourself, and I hope you don't have any children. This is a despicable, sick way to look at humans.
Because, and I was having this conversation, with one of the mother of my children, and she's still fine. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But her value has decreased with every big head baby she had for you.
But like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love on these 5 children that you have, that ain't the guy for you.
It sounds like you're telling her that she's never going to find another man because nobody's going to want her with all of those kids. Yes. Yes, these niggas will. Yes, these niggas will. Girl, yes, they will. I used to think that too. That's what I was taught. That men don't want women with a whole bunch of kids. That is a lie. That is a lie. A man that actually likes women and wants to be with a woman will be with her with all of those kids and then help her raise those kids. And the real testament to how the situation is going to go is how she views her kids. If she cares about her kids, then, and I mean really care about her kids, you care about your kids more than you care about the man. A lot of y'all don't care about y'all kids more than y'all care about a man. Y'all say y'all do, but you really don't, because anytime somebody comes into your life, if they are not being what your child needs, if they are harming your children, if they are having your children walking on eggshells because they're now in the home and all of that shit, yeah, that's not you putting your kids first. But apparently the Bible tells you to put your husband first and not your children. That's what the Bible tells you. And I believe, I'm not exactly sure if the Bible tells you that. I have not read the Bible in a very long time, since I got out of catechism. And I don't need to go back. I know there are some of y'all that have read that book. Y'all read it cover to cover. Y'all tell me, did the Lord tell y'all to put these men before the children and y'allselves? Comment and let me know.
Because when I came into your life, I was willing to accept you and whatever you had. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids, I want you. Well, that ain't how it worked. But that's not to say that she can't find nobody.
Right.
I'm pretty sure she has somebody.
Right. But do you feel like it's as the best that she could possibly do if she didn't have children?
Well, you're talking to a
You think that a woman can do way better if she doesn't have children, and I feel like no. Not in terms of a relationship. Financially, she would be doing better if she didn't have children. But when it comes to a man, no. No, I don't, because I believe that the men that care that much about a woman not having kids are probably not worth having anyway. A man that turns away a woman that he finds beautiful or sweet or attractive or affect, whatever the things that a man would like in a woman. If you look at a fine ass beautiful woman that you are attracted to and she has kids, so now you don't want to fuck with her, I think you're a weirdo. I'm gonna just be real. And I'm talking about my age range. If you like 21, 22, no, I'm not mad at that. Nobody wants to be a fucking stepdaddy when they, brain ain't even fully formed yet. Bitch, why you got kids this young? I get that. But once we in our 30s, I think anybody that has the mindset, well, I don't want to be with people who have kids. Usually, I only really respect that mind frame when it comes from women, because men are always trying to trap women into being a stepmother to children that they don't want to take care of. They want to pretend like they're a good dad. But the only way that works is if you get with a woman that you can use as a stepmother. A lot of the times, okay? But to me, when it comes to men, like, that's your preference. Like, if a man doesn't have kids and he doesn't want to be with somebody with kids, I can respect that. But if a man loves a woman or likes a woman and decides that once he finds out she has kids, he don't want to fuck with her, yeah, I don't think he's that great. I don't think he's that great. I don't think, that means he's now more valuable. I don't know what y'all think value is. Maybe y'all just think money and a man having access to things is valuable. I don't think that way. I think the content of your character, how you treat people, how you treat yourself, how you talk to other people, how you handle other people, like how you handle me, how you handle your family. Are you a hard worker? Are you smart? Can you have good conversations? Can you fuck? Will you grow or will you be stagnant? Are you a hater or are you a supporter? I don't know what y'all think value means. But I think a man that is very uptight about a woman having children, once we are fully fledged 30-something, 40-something year old adults, I think the nigga is weird at that point. I'm sorry. I think you're weird. So the idea that a woman would get a better man if she didn't have kids is stupid because that's not how men work.
Dude that was once in her life, I don't feel like she's going to get better than me. That's just my confidence.
I don't even think it's confidence. I have said, and I might get eaten alive, I don't think most women do better than the father of their children.
No.
And I think that's the dumbest shit that I've ever heard.
Really don't think
Like
that.
it's
Most women do better. Most, especially if you think about women that have children very early on, like in their late teens, in their early 20s. By the time they get in their 40s, they're going to have a better man than the man they had in their 20s, because by the time they get to their 40s, they've learned what niggas are worth it and what niggas are not, hopefully. That's usually how that goes. I don't know why she's so stupid.
it's real
That's
love.
the barometer.
Let's just be honest. If we're talking about hierarchy, you've been with your husband how many years?
Not that.
Excuse me. But she's the same woman. She's the same woman that says that her man comes before, she says it's God, my man, my kids, then me. But if I have to choose between saving the life of my man or my kids, I'm gonna save my man, okay? Because we can have more kids. Yeah, I think that when you have that, my husband, when you have that type of dick worship about you, yeah, I don't think you're a safe mom. And I hope Sarah Fontenot never has any children. That sounds like a fucked up thing to say, but it's not. I think it would be even more fucked up to be the child of a mother that has never really cared about having children and only would want to have children as a way to keep the man. Those women are gross. You don't want that. You don't want those women. Okay? So that was that one cam clip that everybody's talking about, where he keeps discussing, human beings and women as if they're inanimate objects or some weird shit. I really wish y'all would stop that. Especially with women. Like, I'm sorry, but what do you go to women for? What do you go to women for if you think it's something they can, like, eventually wear out of or something? Like, I'm confused. To be honest, I think everything that men say is a projection. If you think that women lose value as they have more children, then you really think that men lose value as they have more children. That's what you really think. That has to be what you really think. And it does, because the more children y'all niggas have leaving those households behind, y'all leave a whole bunch of scarred people in the wake. Y'all leave a whole bunch of scarred children and women behind you as you move on to your new life. Y'all are weird. Y'all are just weird in general. Okay, hold up. And listen, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that y'all should date men with kids. I'm saying that men are weird if they in their 30s and 40s and don't want to date you if they liked you and then found out that you had a kid. And it was like, oh, I don't want to date you because you have a kid. I would think that was weird. I don't trust men in general. So I don't have the same feelings towards women and whatever trepidation they have about dating men. Because for them, it's life or death, to be very clear. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. That's what I'm about to say. Men lose value as they get older more so than women. Our coochies always work. For the most part. For the most part, we are not going to get to a point in life where the coochie just all of a sudden loses its figurement or some shit and just dissipates into the rest of our body. Our coochie doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's always still there. Now, y'all's dicks. More research needs to be done. Because it's given as y'all lose testosterone with aging, y'all dicks lose all of they hardness and, all of their little punch value. So I don't know why we always talking about women like women run out of coochie or something like that. Like, the more babies you have, that coocie's just wearing thin. Eventually, that coocie's just going to disappear into, your intestines, bitch. Like, I don't know what y'all think is happening with women. But everything pretty much goes, like, after you have a baby, for the most part, shit goes right back to the way it was. Hey, you split, they sew you back up in a while, you're good as new. Like, and if we ever go through those times of dryness with menopause and all of that, there are things for that. Lube and all kind of shit. And honestly, it depends on what type of sex you're trying to have. We would need the lube anyway. So, yeah. I just feel like if anybody is running out of something, it's you men running out of dick. Let's move on. You guys, Diamond calls off engagement to boxer Devin Paulson. You guys, Diamond made a great decision, but she said some things in this sit down that were problematic to me. And once again, I want to discuss. Hold up, sorry.
And I got to a point where when things kind of started going left, I felt like because so many people was rooting for me, I wanted it to work so bad. Like, no, I gotta, for the young girls or whatever, like it gotta work. But I started to let things slide that I would not necessarily slide. And I think it was, sometimes people say this happen when you get married, engaged, or have a kid. That's when people kind of get comfortable. So I was being submissive. It would be certain things, like even with certain things he didn't like what I wore. And I would laugh it off. Like, that's so cute. Like, oh, he crazy. Ooh, he telling me I don't need to wear that. And then it started to become.
See, I would never think that was cute. Also, I told y'all, you got to look at niggas' eyes. I have seen this look in niggas' eyes so many times in my life that now I can automatically assess a man that will go dead on you. And that's like the worst of abusive relationships, because men that turn off like that, when they turn on, it becomes like a drug thing. Because they can turn their emotions off so quickly. When they are on, they can be intense. And so you'll get wrapped up in the intensity. But as soon as they cut that shit off, it's like you drop. They bring your levels up and then they drop you. And you kind of start to have a dependency. And that's how the relationship chemically becomes abusive. Because of those types of, like, girl, you're giving me whiplash.
I'm like, I'm just giving you little things here. And it's like, okay, no. Now, granted, I am engaged, about to be somebody's wife, but I'm still an entertainer. And this is who I was when you met me.
This is true.
I'm not going to tell you how he will always say to me in a boxing ring, you're not in there fighting with me. So if I'm not trying to tell you how to do you when it comes to you boxing and your career, then you have to allow me to be me. And I've dated so much in the past to where I would lose me and pour into the person and be depleted. So that was where the line was drawn. I was like, look.
And see, y'all get so defensive when content creators make y'all subject matter. But y'all, just like everybody else that goes through the same things, it's just that you're on Front Street and we can see it through reality TV show and online blog posts. We can keep up with the ins and outs of y'all toxic relationships in a way that we can't keep up with the toxic in and outs of even our family, because they don't be telling us shit, right? My family real secretive. You don't know what's going on until, somebody got to go to jail or something, But it's cool. I don't give a fuck. Keep your mess to yourself, bitch. Don't stress me out, okay? Because I give a fuck. So don't call me, okay? Call me, when at the end. Don't call me before. But this situation with Diamond, I really wish that Diamond would have listened to the commentary we were giving her when her and Scrappy started back fucking around, because you were doing pick me shit back then. And if y'all could stop pedestalizing men, you would stop getting into these situations. So let's list some things that Diamond did the first time not the first time, but the last time with Scrappy. You got on the internet to fight on his behalf against his baby mama after fucking him while he was still married to her. Then you got mad when he wasn't being just with you. He was playing with you and going back and forth between you and Erica and whoever else could have him, which is what he was doing when he was fucking with you and trying to use it against the bam. Now, as a woman, if you wouldn't have got on the internet, if you would have fucked him and stayed quiet, if you would have not tried to defend him and be a guard dog for a nigga, maybe you would have had the self-esteem to see this nigga coming. But you was already in his mindset of wanting to be a pick-me. And this is how you end up with a man that is slowly but surely stripping your identity away from you to turn you into a hood stepfoot wife.
Things like that, you know, and then of course everybody kind of goes through things. And then when I'm big on my kids come first. Even though I know the Bible says, which I'm still battling with, the husband comes first, right? But
and that's why I asked, you know, some of y'all that read the Bible if that was the truth. If that's what they say. I believe that that's what they say. I believe that at large, if people feel like this comes from your religion, it doesn't matter that y'all have gotten some fucked up version of it. This is what people that's in your religion think, that a man is supposed to come first. And when I tell you, I don't know how much more evidence you need in order to see that don't work. I don't know how much evidence y'all need to see that putting a man before your children is literally the dumbest shit that you could ever do. First of all, men are whores. Men do what they want to do when they want to do it. Men are fickle. And they could love your dirty drawers one day, and the next day they could look at you dead in the eyes like they don't even know who the fuck you are anymore. They could have been eating your ass like it was dessert, and then turn around and be dead in the fucking face and tell you that they don't give a fuck about you and you could suck they dick. They will tell you these things. And we gonna listen to Shia LaBeouf talk to a bitch, and y'all will see how bad these niggas will talk to you after they finish rubbing their dick all in between your legs and shit, telling you how much they love you and shit. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what religion you serve. Don't you ever go back and forth with yourself about whether to put a man before your child. Please, if you care about the children, put the children first. The men are grown. The men ain't shit just as a whole group, as a squad, as a group, as a clique. These niggas ain't shit at large, okay? And in their entirety as men, not all men, bitch, too many of y'all for it to matter. Too many of y'all for it to matter. Please, Lord, help them, because they really think they supposed to put dick before their children. But I feel like that's what the Bible taught y'all, because even though it's not in the Bible, how many times did God ask people to sacrifice their kids to him and then was like, oh, I'm just playing? Why would you even want me to do that, nigga? Why would you even want me to do that? Don't you think that's crazy for you to ask me to kill my kid for you and then be like, psych, I was just playing? Fuck wrong with you, son? I'm sorry. But if I could have a conversation with the God in the Bible, I have so many questions about what is wrong with you.
But I feel like if the kid is not old enough to take care of themselves and the kid is not happy and the kid is not getting what they need from, even if it's their own father or a stepfather figure, it's a deal breaker for me.
It should
So that
be.
was like another main thing that kind of, some things transpired and I just started seeing a difference to it. It's like, nah, like I can't let this slide. Like my son is going to think that certain things are okay and he's going to be the man of his household one day. And I don't want him to have that. Even if he bored and he feels like he's lonely, he's going to be like, you know what? Mommy was happy. She provided a good life for us. It was always love. It was always this. It was always that. So because he is the father of my child, you know, and just in general, I try to keep it positive until somebody come at me. Then if you come at me sideways, and I'm going to air this whole shit out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let the whole motherfucking clip out.
Brittany be going at it. Diamond and Brittany be going at it. Boy.
But in hindsight, I'm still being honest. And it's more of the political. And I got to
But yeah, y'all, I had to, cause like cause to me, I feel like you still gonna get caught up in another fucked up situation. Cause even though you learn from that, I can still hear how y'all want this image, this picture. You want this image that you think is real to happen. And instead of figuring out how to love and live in where you are in the moment, it's this yearning for something that's on the other side. And even though I get that, don't get me wrong, girl, I still feel like when it comes to having children, I think it is so important to be able to enjoy your life and teach your children how to enjoy their lives as individuals and as a family together with you, but not as people that need to be searching for somebody else to fill a hole. And I just kind of feel like Diamond is still searching for somebody to fill a hole because, I'm still going back and forth with myself. Girl, there's no need for you to be going back and forth with yourself about whether to put your children first when you have so much evidence that these men are not valuable enough. I'll say it like that, since that's the language y'all like. These men are not valuable enough for you to put them before your children. Because at the end of the day, they are very much a threat to you in so many ways long term. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, your children are forever, and you're going to hurt them and say fuck them over a nigga that's gonna be gone in 5 years, because at the end of the day you can have the perfect relationship and that shit still may not last, because that's just not how relationships work, and that's not how people work, and you can't dictate whether y'all gonna stay together forever or not. And if you want to dictate that, something is wrong. I'm just saying, like, if a person don't want to be there anymore and you want to make them stay, something is wrong. You have to enjoy things where you are in the moment and stop trying to have, and I get it, because I used to think the same way, and I eventually kind of grew, through a lot of work, bitch, but I eventually grew out of this feeling of this, I'm scared he's gonna leave me. I'm scared one day they're gonna leave me. I used to feel the same way. You have got to let that go. People are gonna leave you. It's their right to eventually leave you, bitch. The only person that should not be leaving you is you. And as long as you got you, then you should be fine. But the idea that y'all consistently want to be trying to find somebody to hold on to for all of life, like I was watching that Coily Ray shit, and she said, "Well, we're gonna be together forever." Like, girl, just enjoy the toxic shit while you have it. That's just my opinion, girl. Hold up, y'all. I forgot about Monique responding to Cam Newton. Let's hear what she had to say. I forgot about this. My bad. Oh, girl, I can't wait for my hair to get long. That look cute.
That he is projecting, and he's talking about the women who've had his children.
Whoa.
Because
I would have definitely felt some kind of way if I had one of his kids.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he goes to different women.
Yeah, I think that's a self-value issue. He may want to get his brain checked. He did play football. So I'm just saying, he needs to go back home. And he was raised by his mother and his grandmother.
Yeah.
He had women that were strong in his life. So to even make statements like that is just so rude and so off. Women gain value when you have children.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. You get a different perspective of life when you're able to see and give life and then watch that life grow up. They have a way of just teaching you all over again the things that you may have missed when you were a child. So to say that is just wild.
I'm going to let it start over because I think
that he is projecting, and he's talking about the women who've had his children.
Whoa.
Because
I would have definitely felt some kind of way if I had one of his kids.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he goes to different women.
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. He is projecting. Weird ass niggas, get away from me. Weird ass nigga, get the hell away from me. Take a step, take one more. Get the fuck out my door. I don't want you. You can have that. Girl, Speaking of, I don't want that, you can have that. Chris Brown. Breezy. Chris Brown's baby mama's exposing him. Okay, allegedly having a baby on the way. Leave me and mine alone. Worry about your new baby on the way. Chris' most recent girlfriend, Jada. Oh, wow. She's pretty. Everybody loves the pretty, racially ambiguous girls. It continued on. So, this is Jada Wallace. Chris Brown's boo, Jada Wallace, responds to his baby mama after she accused him of having a baby on the way with her. Says baby mama won't allow Chris to see his daughter and tries to date his homies. Let's not forget who funds your whole life. Oh, wow, the girls are fighting. Not a blazing brawl. Listen to me. One woman could not possibly know the truth of what has happened with another woman if a man has told her. Men lie. Men lie. They want you to think that a woman or the last woman is always the problem. Why must you always trust them? Why? Why do you trust him? Why do you believe him? Just because he told you what happened, that doesn't mean that's the way it happened. Why must you believe the words that come out of his mouth just because you're fucking him? Is there some type of connection between dick and you not using your brain? There must be. There must be. This is what Jada said. Bitch, you a lame for running to the internet, trying to air business out like you not the one that's stopping him from seeing his daughter, never answering the phone. Shut that shit up when you been stopping that from happening because you and your feelings. And Diamond, let's not forget who funds your whole life. That house, them cars, everything for Lovely, etc. You talking about 50-50. Where your 50? Bitch, in time and energy, are you okay? If I'm not letting him get the kid, that mean guess who's primarily responsible for taking care of the kid, bitch? If Chris Brown is always touring so that he could pay his debts to society, motherfucker, what do you think she meant 50%, meaning I do all the parenting. I do all the caregiving for the child. He does a little and then gives a bunch of money. Great. That is a 50-50 situation. I do all of the taking care of and you do all of the paying. That is 50-50, bitch. You see, look, you already on the internet being a fucking pick-me, arguing and fighting about what a woman not supposed to be getting, and you about to be in the same fucking boat. Girl. Why they gotta be like this, Lord? Why they gotta be like this, Jesus? Pick me, pick me, pick me. Hallelujah. I gotta find a man. I don't care what he did. I don't care who he hurt. I don't care who he fucked. I just want a man to pick me, Lord. Pick a Jesus. Pick her, Lord. This narrative you trying to run with on the internet to get a little attention is truly sad. It's never been about him not seeing or taking care of his daughter. Stop trying to act like you just this bossed up bitch. Keep acting for the net. That's what moves your lame ass. Oh, okay. Girl, we can't even tell the difference between which bitch is which. Oh my God. Girl, you really on the internet windmilling against your fucking evil twin, bitch. This is sad. Them hoes look just alike. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I tell you what, watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad. Call it what you want.
Call it what you want. This dick sucking shit you doing gonna go bad though, little girl. It's gonna go bad. Oh my God. There's more. Nobody trying to ruin your relationship, hoe. You fucking with people who be running, who be around at the house smiling in faces. Little homies just because you want to get a rise out your baby daddy. It's called principle. not principalities. You should never fuck with your baby daddy peoples. Now, I'm not saying I will fuck my baby daddy's peoples, but Chris Brown seems like the type of dude to fuck your homegirl. And so if I'm with a man and he fucked my homegirl and I'm already down here in the gutter, why not play? I don't know, girl. You know a lot. You know a lot. You thought you ate with that story, huh? Take your own advice, bitch. Worry about you and yours, not me and mine. I be so quiet, but you really outdid yourself, girl. From that one message, she outdid herself from that one message, bitch. Nah, you was waiting at the gate. You been wanting to go with that girl. Okay, but are you going to tell us who the mama is? That's all we want to know. Air it all out. The Diamond Brown, Jada. Who else, sir? Ooh. And I'm like, Jada, who the fuck is that? You know how many Jadas is on the internet, girl? I don't know. I guess you got to be in a Chris Brown lexicon in order to know what Blasian girls could possibly be the one he talking about. The fuck? Bye, girl. You never thought you was the last. Of course not. Nobody been wanting that man for years now. But what I'm not messing with is the fact that he been making threats to my man in my relationship because I'm trying to move forward. Don't speak on shit you know nothing about. Oh, okay. So it seemed like he was fucking with her first is what she's saying. That's what the other girl's saying. That's what the baby mama's saying. Hold up, Diamond Brown, you confused because I've been letting shit slide for way too long to keep the peace. My baby daddy want to ruin my relationships. Bet. I'm airing it all out. I feel like he probably does want to ruin her relationships. Didn't we just hear Cam Newton talking about how ain't no nigga gonna want you with all of these kids? That's because they have babies to piss on your leg and make it so that no other man will want you. And the bigger that they are, the more they feel like you should just be a bitch in the house by yourself with their kid waiting on them to come and give you dick whenever they feel like it. You shouldn't have no man. That's why they fucked you and had a baby with you, because they wanted there to always be space for them, whether they really wanted to be with you or not. And a lot of the time, they don't want to be in a committed relationship with you, but they want access to you, so they have a baby with you. And in your mind, oh my God, I'm having a baby with a rich man named Chris Brown. You know, the kids are going to be great. We're going to have a great life. And you're basically in a beautiful prison. Yeah, girl, we be trying to warn y'all, but y'all don't be listening to us because y'all love abusive niggas. Y'all love abusive niggas. I tried to handle it privately. This been going on for a minute, Hunty. He think he's untouchable. He is, because every time he knocks somebody over the fucking head, all he got to do is go to one court date and it's over. That part. There's been so much going on behind the scenes. I'm trying. This the second man he tried to run off, boo. Yeah, I believe her. I believe her. I believe her. I believe her. But if y'all would have just believed all of them other women that told y'all that that nigga wasn't shit prior to getting with him, you wouldn't be in this situation with no crazy light-skinned nigga trying to control your life. I told y'all about these niggas. Y'all don't be wanting to listen to me. Y'all don't be wanting to listen to me, bitch. I be trying to tell y'all and warn y'all about these niggas. Andy, you hate men. Sure, hun. Sure. Now let's get into another nigga that y'all love for whatever reason.
I'm reliving my childhood right now.
So Shia LaBeouf was down in New Orleans acting like a fucking imbecile, a drunk, musty, slushed out imbecile, getting into it with people, okay? And he got into a few fights. During Mardi Gras, people are always getting into fights. The police normally just let you go because they don't feel like doing the paperwork. But Shia got into at least 2 or 3 altercations before they took his ass to jail. And then allegedly, I'm not sure if this is true or not, Kamosha Spencer bonded my boy out and got tripled that. Ain't no more free Shy free. Can't nobody make me hate Stanley Yell Nates. And that's because as beautiful as you are, you hoes have no real self-esteem. And y'all have no solidarity with other women. Y'all like abusive men. Y'all like problematic men. If there's a man that has tortured and beat the piss out of a woman somewhere, you are going to bail him out of jail, girl. You gonna show up for that man. Let's take a look at some of the videos from Shia LaBeouf's rampage through New Orleans for Mardi Gras this week. Okay, hold up. This is from TMZ, it looked like. But this is Shia. He just headbutted that man.
Yo, you gotta know that somebody's not all the way there. If you headbutt somebody while your arms are inside your shirt.
Yeah, the nigga's crazy. That was just one little clip. He headbutted that man. Hold up.
If you don't know what I'm...
Hold up, no, not this one. This one. Wait, what a way to celebrate Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Actor Shia LaBeouf back outside dancing on the streets after his arrest. Look at them. They're so excited to be around an evil, famous white man. Yuck. All right, let's see. Was this it? No, because the Jasmine brand don't be doing a good job with nothing. I'm sorry, Jasmine brand, but y'all be fucking up lately. Actor Shia LaBeouf is facing serious backlash after being accused of yelling homophobic slurs and aggressively confronting bar patrons before his New Orleans arrest. According to People, Jeffrey Damnett, one of the alleged victims, claims the actor was screaming at everybody and lunging at people outside Royal Street Inn and R Bar on February 17th. According to Damnett, the situation began when he was bumped from behind. I walked in waiting for the bartender and I got smashed into from behind pretty hard, he says. When he turned around, LaBeouf allegedly snapped, "Fucking push me, I'll kick your fucking ass." Damnett further alleges the actor used the homophobic slur during the confrontation. And he's like, "You fucking faggot." You know, I'm just reading it, y'all. He claims LaBeouf continued shouting variations of slur, yelling everybody's the F word while getting escorted outside. An initial police report alleges LaBeouf struck two men and with one victim possibly suffering a dislocated nose. Authorities say he used the word faggot multiple times. The actor was arrested on 2 counts of simple battery and is due in court March 19th. Okay, wait, there's more.
You don't want to get ahead of this.
Hold up. But wait, there's more. Let's see. Did I not save? I thought I saved the other video of him fighting. You guys, I could have sworn it was up here. This is so annoying. It's so annoying when you're looking for the video because you know you saved it. You know you did. Okay, here's another one.
The charge is crazy. The charge is crazy on that, Brian. Happened. It ain't working.
He's so drunk.
Stay down. Stay down. Chill. I'm telling you, chill. I'm gonna beat the Chill the fuck out. I'm gonna beat the out of you, boy. Chill.
Yeah, it's a black dude that was punching him and telling him to calm the fuck down before he beat the fuck out of him. Nigga, we ain't about that shit.
You do that one more time. Hey, down. That's enough, man. You ain't talking.
Because he was just going around hitting people. My guy always fights and stands up for himself. My guy ain't never ducking a fade. He's been through so much with the sickness in Hollywood and nobody believed him. Everybody owes these people apologies for calling them crazy. Why he got charged? They look like the aggressors.
The charge is crazy. The charge is crazy on that, Brian. Happened. It ain't working.
So yeah, let's see. I think there's more. Because this was all over my timeline. Let me see. Shia Lebeouf. Okay, yeah, here goes another one. This was from NOLA.com. Shia LaBeouf shoves and pushes people outside of the R bar. So this is before all that. This was before. Like, he had already been being rude in the bar, so they escorted him out of the bar. Now he's outside and he thinks he's in a fucking action film. Look, he just hit the man. So now folks is walking up.
My face, yeah.
And yeah. And everybody thinks it's funny to have like a drunk lunatic running around hitting people. Everybody thinks it's like funny and shit. And, you know, it's not a big deal. It's so not a big deal. It's hilarious. It's New Orleans. It's New Orleans. Girl, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm somebody that be outside. And if I saw that, then I would be going to my car. Y'all better get Shia. Go his ass get shotty. Shia gonna get shotty. Go sit your stupid ass down somewhere. I'm just trying to see if there was anything else from NOLA.com. I don't think so. But yeah. So Shia LaBeouf was acting a fool. And I had saw like a picture or a video of him earlier in the day on Mardi Gras because somebody was recording him and he was like staring at the person with this like death stare, like he wanted to kill the person. And of course, this is hours before all of the other shit that took place. I believe me and him had on the same outfit for Mardi Gras. Everybody be getting all of their stuff from the beauty store and from the Walmart and shit. You know, you get your Mardi Gras clothes. Now you get them for the cheap and for the low. Back when we was younger, girl, you used to go and get you a full fit. Now everybody out there in clothes and all of the same shit. Everybody outside all in the same shit, y'all. And it's from the hair store. I love that for us, though. Child, we used to spend way too much money on a fit for Mardi Gras. And then you might have a few fits for Mardi Gras. Because Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday. But before that, it's Endymion, it's Bacchus, it's what you gonna wear to Namtok. Like, it's all, girl, you gotta have an outfit for all of this shit. You gotta be fly for all of this shit because you're gonna see everybody. And you don't want to be caught out here looking like, you know what I'm saying? And don't get your shoes dirty, bitch, which is like a given because everybody likes to just throw shit all in the streets. But now they have people that come and clean up like more often than they used to back when we was younger. All right, now since we saw what Shia LaBeouf was doing, we saw everybody that was defending Shia LaBeouf because, you know, women love men that beat the shit out of them. Let's listen.
Yo. Okay. Trina, what else can I do but apologize to you? What else can a man do? I'm sorry, Trina, that I said anything.
About killing my mother and my brother and me? You're sorry.
I'm sorry I threatened your family. I'm sorry I threatened you and your brother and your mother. I'm sorry I said the things that I said. I was very angry.
Like, you think I'm gonna, like...
You used me?
No.
You loved me at any point in this fucking whole journey, stupid bitch?
I did love
When?
you. The whole time I was with you. The whole time I was with you.
When the fuck did you love me?
Oh.
When did you care about my heart? When did you calm me down? When did you give me fucking love? When I was in the middle of all this shit that's going on in my fucking life. All that goes on here is I do for you, you selfish bitch.
And I'm already feeling like this bitch is a little loopy these last couple of days. Sorry, I said it again, but I'm starting to not feel like I like you anymore. Drina, sit down. Drina, sit down or I'm gonna leave. Drina, sit down or I'm gonna leave. Sit down right now or I'm gonna leave. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not gonna do this toe tag with you. Sit down or I'm gonna leave. You're gonna hear me out or I'm gonna leave. Sit down or I'm gonna leave. Okay. Okay. Don't keep doing that shit with me. Okay, so if what you want is to get to me, what the fuck is the last 4 days? It doesn't make any sense. And the only person who can explain it is you. And your only explanation is, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. What can I do with that? If you were to say something to me like, why do you drink so much? If you said to me, why do you drink so much? I would say, probably shame, personal guilt. Probably, I just like to get fucking dumb sometimes.
Up, yo.
Okay.
So hold up, that's just some. Where's that other clip about Shia and his relationships and shit? Because he's like really abusive. Like he was really abusive to FK Twigs as well. And I know black women in general don't care whenever, you know, men are abusive or when they're abusive to white women. But I think if you fuck over one woman, you'll fuck over them all. That's how I feel. Here it is.
If you don't know what unfortunately happened to actor Shia LaBeouf last night, from getting in a fight, getting arrested, getting put in an ambulance, getting 2 charges, his breakup announced, here's everything you need to know happened to him. So Shia LaBeouf, 39-year-old actor that you would know from movies like Holes and Transformers, married to Mia Goth since 2016. Well, ever since the peak of his acting days, he's unfortunately dealt with a lot of addiction struggles and aggression struggles, which has gotten him arrested multiple times. So yesterday, Shia LaBeouf was in New Orleans partying for Mardi Gras, and at first he was getting a lot of attention for his fame, talking to news stations, talking to fans, and acting normal enough.
See,
but
I
late
had
at
that
night,
same
he
shit on.
reportedly became very aggressive, and then he was accused of hitting 2 different people. This led to a huge fight where it seems like people were attacking. I kind of had to like block the video, but these 2 guys that were over him that were definitely going at him, it didn't seem like they just wanted to hurt him. It just seemed like they wanted to get him down on the ground and hold him there until the paramedics arrived and he was then put in an ambulance. An eyewitness said that he was getting aggressive in a bar, so he was escorted out personally, and then he had to leave, circled around the block, came back even more aggressive. He was taken to the hospital, didn't have any injuries, but then he was taken to jail, and he got 2 charges of simple battery, and then he was released on no bond. He didn't have to pay anything, but right when he was released, he went back out to the clubs to keep partying with his jail release forms still in hand. And also yesterday, we learned that this couple quietly separated, I think got a divorce last year after almost a decade of being together. We're not sure why. In the past, Shia LaBeouf also dated FKA Twigs, who actually sued him for relentless abuse. In response to that, Shia said that he can only blame his aggression and alcoholism, and he even came out and said that he's been abusive to himself and everyone around him for years. He has a habit of hurting those closest to him, and he's deeply ashamed of that history and so sorry to anyone he's hurt. If you don't know what unfortunately happened to actor Shia LaBeouf last night,
Child, he'll tell you out his own mouth that he is an abusive cunt booger, and you will still be running to take a picture with him because he's famous, like the picture is gonna be worth something, right? Like, I guess, girl, hold up, let me see.
If he had done the things that you had asked,
Yeah.
you would not have filed the lawsuit.
No.
And nobody who's been in this position likes this question. And I often wonder, is it even an appropriate question to ask? And you know the question is, why didn't you leave?
Yeah. And I think we just have to stop asking that question. I know that you're asking it like out of love, but like I'm just gonna make a stance and say that I'm not gonna answer that question anymore, because the question should really be to the abuser, why are you holding someone hostage with abuse? You know, and people say, oh, it can't have been that bad because else she would have left. And it's like, no, it's because it was that bad. I couldn't leave.
If he
Like, I don't know what's so hard about that, but, you know, people are dumb.
Having an argument with me in the middle of the night, start accusing me of doing all sorts of things, planning to leave him in my head. He'd wake me up and tell me I was disgusting, that I was vile.
All the things that he was accusing you of were absolutely not true.
Nothing was ever true. Like, this is the thing, but I would really doubt myself, you know, especially when I'd like wake up and he'd be like, you were lying there with your eyes open, planning to leave me. And I'd be like, I literally was asleep. But then he would like only want me to sleep naked because he said if I didn't, then I was keeping myself from him. So, you know, it's a tactic that a lot of abusers use. It's just this like constant availability and everything centered around them. And I think, you know, that's why I wanted to come out and talk about this, because the signs really are there from the beginning.
So when did you think maybe...
Like getting into public altercations with several people because you're drunk and an asshole? Maybe like that? I don't know, girl. I don't know. Because, you know, when it's Chris Brown, y'all don't seem to think there's a connection between beating bitches' asses and then just beating anybody that you get into it with. Because that's what he does. Chris Brown does this same shit. He just, like that last tour was fucked up because he had to go to court because he just beat the shit out of somebody with a bottle at a club or some shit like that. They're rich and famous though, girl. So who cares? As long as it's not him punching you in the face, right?
There are some issues here. There's a problem.
There wasn't one set moment, but it's very subtle. That's the thing about, you know, domestic abuse, domestic violence. It's a real gradual, step-by-step process to get somebody to a place where they lose themselves so much they accept or feel like they deserve to be treated in that way. It's not one thing, it's loads of tiny little things that get sewn together into a nightmare.
Wow. I ask myself sometimes when I thought about my childhood and everything that had happened once it kind of all came back to me, because things had kind of been pushed to the back because Katrina happened. So when Katrina happened, everything that went before it had to take a back seat to now that trauma, right? And then the nigga died, okay? And I asked myself why I never ran away. And it was a thought because, you know, my girlfriend at the time when I was in high school, she did not have like a solid home life while we were together. I lived in one house, slept in one bed, had one room. From the time that I was a child and I went from the crib in my parents' room to the room that my brother gave up. And it became my room. So I had a certain level of stability, but I would be in relationships with people that had more freedom because their parents were neglectful. So you staying with this relative, you staying with that relative, you staying with this relative, right? You able to just move around freely in a way that I can't. And so it's on my mind to leave or to run away. And do you know what I would always think to myself? What's out there might be worse, first of all, because I was very well aware of how predatory people around me had been about me. Right? My dad wasn't the only person that put his hands on me. He wasn't the only person that was violent to me. And so it felt safer in my household than out on the street, for one. But for two, in my mind, he would always be able to find me. And when he found me and brought me back, the punishment would be worse than if I had not left. And so it feels like you might as well stay. Because if you leave, it's going to be worse than it is now. It's bad now. It's very, very like hard. But you don't know anything else. And you're scared of how angry he will be if you run away and then he has to come get you from somewhere and what that's going to look like. Especially because, you know, I have very much a connection to the fact that men carry a certain level of power because my daddy was like a regular person with a certain level of power. And I mean, like in New Orleans, the medium fish in a small pond type shit. Because New Orleans is small, but my dad knows the judges and the police officers and the city council members. And if something happens, he's gonna be able to get away with whatever because he is who he is. You feel trapped. You feel trapped. And so I definitely understand. And I hate when people ask, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? Because it's like, so if you're in a room with somebody who just beat the fuck out of you and they tell you, I dare you to get up and leave. You already fucked up. And they just told you that, yeah, go ahead, leave. I dare you. Now you're scared to leave because you're already fucked up. So if you go to leave, what you think they gonna do to you? I don't know why this not hard. I don't know why this not hard to understand. But people ask that same dumbass question all the time. Why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave? Bitch, think about it. I want to watch one more video about the FK Twig situation. Let me see.
A reporter once asked FKA Twigs, "You love this man deeply, but after you lost your child, he threw you into a car and tried to strangle you. Do you regret ever loving him?" She didn't hesitate. "No, because I finally saw him for who he really is." They met on the set of The Box Boy. At the time, Shia LaBeouf was notorious, blacklisted in Hollywood for his drinking and violent behavior. The world
was already violent before.
Had turned its back on him, but FKA Twigs chose to support him unconditionally to help him get his career back on.
Okay, I hate this. That music is annoying me. Let me see. Where are the black girls?
I didn't know that Shia LaBeouf gave his ex an incurable STD and beat FKA Twigs so bad that it completely rewired her nervous system. Well, you know now. And for all of y'all that don't give a damn when women are beat, but y'all care about animals, apparently he was shooting stray dogs for fun too. You know now. Y'all are more mad at me for talking about people that did know when I wasn't even talking about the people that did not know. I was talking about the people that know and still continue to support him and treat this as this is like a redemption tour of his. I didn't know that Shia LaBeouf gave his ex an incurable.
I need to hear about this dog shit. Hold up. Is that my girl?
And on today's episode of Why You Never Hold a Man Down Unless It's Underwater, Shia LaBeouf and the beautiful, talented, amazing FKA Twigs, who I will never stop talking about.
It's my life before my abuser and my life after my abuser. There's my life before I was abused, and the way that my body worked and my mind worked in the way that I was naturally wired through nurture and nature. And then now I am completely different, you know.
I need you guys to step away from male addicts, please. They will not only ruin your life, they will not appreciate what you did for them, what you sacrificed, how you destroyed yourself trying to keep them alive. Let's talk about it. This is one of the worst cases of abuse I've ever seen. It rewired her whole nervous system. She now deals with complex PTSD. This man fed off her soul, fed off her magical energy. This man terrorized her. The most insidious part about addicts, men in general, but specifically addicts, they're auditioning you. Who can sacrifice the most for me? That's what they call love. It's this female savior trope in movies and films. Your love will heal him. It won't heal him. It's supply for him. No amount of your love can fix him. We've been lied to.
I don't know nothing like this relationship. I never have in my life. I never had, even my parents, even my father, I never had what I got with her, which is, to enter my life, to be with me, she had to take a loss.
And something feels like Mia Goth is gonna have a story to tell. I don't know Mia Goth, and what her politics and all of that are, because you can never love a white girl too much. They always disappoint you, girl, just like a man. But I low-key was obsessed with Mia Goth movies. I enjoy revenge movies, and Mia Goth has some good revenge movie type shit.
I had to eat shit to be with me. Me and my girl been in love for a long time.
I'm sorry, did he say that she has to eat shit to be with him? Oh my God, I want a picture. He's a dog shooter and a shit eater.
But I didn't really know it. I didn't really know what love was till all this shit hit the fan and she was still around. I thought...
You didn't know what love was? Until shit hit the fan and she was still around? That sounds like you're trying to convince people that they should stick around through bullshit to prove love to someone. Oh my God, are you trying to get everyone involved in an abusive, toxic relationship by making them feel as if they have to suffer for your love? Is that what we're doing? Oh my God. I would rather die alone. I would rather be dead in my apartment for a month before anyone finds me. before I allow you to play with me like that.
She was in love with me because of what I could offer. I didn't know that when I had shit, jack all, fuck all, nothing to offer, she would still love me. So I didn't really know what love was, right? That's one. And out of this like newfound discovery of real love in my life,
You will give them not only the best years of your life, but quite literally everything. This piece of shit. Yes, people can change, but this is not the case of that. Because if you've changed that much and you feel all this remorse, like, what do you not understand? What the fuck do you mean that for the first time you've experienced love? Because someone chose to stay through your abuse and you trapped her with a baby, and now she really doesn't have a choice? That's love to you.
I'm so grateful to have learned so much about the way that abusers operate. One of the most painful things was realizing that I wasn't special, that I wasn't in a relationship where it was this thing that we could struggle through together and it was me and him against the world and it was just our energy that no one would understand because this is us. It's not about me. It's about food. I'm just supply. I could have been anyone.
Don't want to be aggressive. This is the kind of that makes a person abusive. Yo, if I'd have stayed there, I would have killed her.
And at one point, seemingly tries to FaceTime actress Megan Fox.
Yeah, it wasn't enough that FK Twigs and so many women before her and after her literally destroyed themselves trying to keep you afloat, trying to show you how much they loved you by never leaving your side. It's not enough. We've been programmed and conditioned to save these men from themselves.
What's love got to do with it? That's why I always say, so you just gonna leave me like all them other suckers I done made famous, huh? It's one of my favorite lines. The reason why it's one of my favorite lines is because I know what it's being used to do. And it's being used to guilt somebody into staying with you, but it's also a threat. And whenever somebody, you just have to remember, like, people are playing from a playbook. So as soon as one of them bullet points from that playbook fall out, I know what the fuck going on. And that's one of the things, is positioning themselves as someone that no one has ever, understood or appreciated or loved. And so now you're going to try to prove that you can give them that. You can be whatever it is that they need. Their manipulation will have worked. Then you'll be proving something to them. That's why it was crazy the way women were talking to me on Threads when I said Rucci had to prove herself to Deion Sanders by being a nurse. And one woman was like, you must ain't never been in a relationship, a good, healthy relationship. Girl, shut your delusional fuck ass up. The only reason I am in a healthy relationship is because I can spot the shit when I see it. That's the only reason. The only reason I'm in a healthy relationship is because I know what unhealthy ones look like. And a lot of y'all don't know what the fuck y'all looking at.
To bear all the pain, to always lift him up and hold him down and be the ride or die. Take on his suffering as our suffering. To continuously adapt to his volatility, to his bullshit. To always make the world a comfortable place for him. And at the end, he talks about you like this. Again, they're auditioning you. They're auditioning you to be their punching bag, disguised as a true love.
for sure. Like, I know that I'm never going to be the dude I was in front of this woman, and I know that I'm never going to treat my wife the way that I treated her around this woman. It's almost like having the ultimate parole officer. It's like the ultimate probation officer. I've never looked down on having a probation officer. I need somebody to keep me accountable.
These men are vampires, and they will take every...
And they don't just pick weak women. Honestly, they don't want weak women. They want strong women. The stronger the abuser, the stronger they need the victim to be. A lot of women will look at being a strong woman and, we say that, but really what it is you being like this endless well of understanding, this endless well of forgiveness and patience and kindness when there is none in return in the same manner, but to be stonewall and wait for them to return to themselves and then be like, okay, are you now? Okay, well, now we can go back to the way we were until you do something again, and then we have to rinse and repeat. So yeah, no, they need them a strong woman because strong women can withstand it for longer periods of time, giving them more energy to feed off of.
Until you have nothing, until you completely bleed out. They will take every last drop until you have nothing. Also, it's very telling how he calls the child a woman. You see how he equates women as this place in his life where he takes from, where he feeds from. Again, the woman, the girl, the baby, his child is saving him. If it wasn't for the child, right, who saved this relationship, which is insane, right, he would be violent towards his wife. That's literally what he's saying. So stop praising these men for being on these redemption tours, for apologizing. And I don't give a fuck about how much he's changed, how he's a changed man.
And this is proof what just happened out here in New Orleans that he's not a changed man. He has not changed.
Hey, Cherish.
Sorry. It was probably bullshit the entire time. He was probably being abusive towards that girl the entire time. He was up here telling everybody that he wasn't, telling everybody that he had changed. So, what else is going on? Let's see. Update. So yesterday I was in a Discord and we were talking about Megan Thee Stallion because we didn't know, girl, but it seemed like Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson had unfollowed each other. I don't know whether they ever followed each other on social media. Maybe they never did, but they had unfollowed each other. And so everybody was saying that they broke up. And Megan Thee Stallion was on her way to New York. So for the Olympics, I believe, or going somewhere for the Olympics, girl. So she was on live.
I feel like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's their boyfriend weight.
I
feel like I never get on live and talk about the things I want to talk about. First of all, because I feel like everybody is trying to hold me. I get on this hoe and I breathe and they be like, Megan Thee Stallion. Breathe wrong.
I'm mad. I'm playing that fucking music in the background. Hold up.
I feel like I never get on live and talk about the things I want to talk about. First of all, because I feel like everybody be trying to hold me. I get on this hoe and I breathe and they be like, Megan Thee Stallion. Breathe wrong. Everything's collapsing. I'm gonna try to start going live more. But this is me doing the new Hottie World this week. I feel like this is me tiptoeing back into interacting more with the hotties and going live again. I be scared. Things I want to talk about. First of all, because
You say you think they intentionally misspelled her name. I don't think so. I don't think so. I did look him up on hers and I didn't see his name under hers either. So I don't know. I don't see any weight on her anywhere. I don't know what's going on. I feel like they're probably still together and maybe they just weren't ever following each other. That's what I'm thinking may have happened. But that's just a little, that was still a tidbit, girl. Just a little mess right quick, right fast. Because I was just like, girl, what is going on? I hope they didn't break up yet. Girl, not yet. So, Todd Tucker responded to everyone saying that he needed to get his ass out of Candy's guest house since he wasn't contributing. And this is what has come out since. Todd Tucker admitted he is living in Kandi Burruss's guest house, but said it was because Kandi unilaterally removed him from the main house by directing her family members to relocate his belongings without his consent and without court intervention. Todd said he did not voluntarily leave the home, but chose not to fight Kandi about it in order to preserve peace and stability. Todd Tucker claims that before the split, he and Kandi both contributed to a joint account for expenses, but after separating, Kandi said she would stop using it and pay the bills herself. Well, that sounds dumb. That sounds dumb. Todd said Let's see. In court documents, Todd alleged before the split, they both added money into the bank account to use for expenses. He claims after the separation, Kandi told him that she would stop using the account and would pay all the bills herself. Todd said that Kandi now attempts to reframe and weaponize this self-created financial arrangement as evidence of financial instability or neglect, while the timing and sequence of events demonstrate otherwise. He says Kandi has been making nasty statements against him in an effort to shift the focus away from her extended and ongoing physical absence from the kids and her reliance on a third-party caregiver. Todd says the judge should give him primary legal and physical custody on a temporary basis until a permanent parenting arrangement is put in place. Let me tell y'all something. I don't think there is any more thing to show that a nigga ain't shit than him trying to use his children as a bargaining chip to control a woman. You trying to take those children out of her full custody is really gross to me. And I feel like anytime you try to shame a woman because she has help, like a nanny or somebody that can help with the day-to-day things when she has children that she's trying to take care of while she's working, anybody that tries to make women feel bad about that, I think you're gross and disgusting as well. And he's trying to shame her for doing the exact same thing he would probably do, which is also get somebody to help him with the kids. Yeah, I understand that we want to flip things so that we could try to prove how certain things are unfair to men, but this is not one of those things, because the one thing you niggas have yet to do is squeeze a baby out of the tip of your dick and almost die while doing it. I'm gonna press. But I just had to, y'all. I saw that and I was like, girl, what the fuck? And I talked about this on Instagram, but this is one of the reasons why I was telling y'all how some Black people are like working on my nerves with the way they're trying to rewrite history, and, you know, African American people not wanting to be called African, not viewing themselves as descendants of enslaved Africans. Asian Doll is one of those people. And listen, it's not that I don't believe that some people can be Black American, right? Meaning that their lineage was on the continent prior to slavery. I can believe that. What I can't believe is that in your entire line that there has been no mixing with anybody else ever. I don't believe that, because that's highly, highly, highly unlikely, considering the fact that even if you were native to this land, you probably had family that was in chattel slavery. Guess what happened during chattel slavery? People were bred like cattle. So it's quite annoying to me that there is a group of Black Americans that don't want to be referred to as African American because they feel like that's just wrong. I'm not no African. And I'm just like, why are you saying it like it's gross? Like, don't misunderstand me. I am African American. I am Black American. I am a New Orleanian bitch. Okay? Most of all, first and foremost, I am a New Orleanian girl. I am from New Orleans. I am of Creole ancestry, bitch. Okay? It's a mixture of shit going on down here, just off GP, off general purposes. New Orleans people are a mixture. But it is just such a weird thing to me that you think that if you can prove to the white folk that you were here before they came here with slavery, that means you're more entitled to this land than anybody else. And I think that's what it's really about, right? Like, to push yourself away from Africanness, not Blackness, but to push yourself away from Africanness, and then to say that I'm not from nowhere else. This is where I come from. My family are the natives on this land. And I'm just like, well, duh, you are an American. At this point, your land is our land is your land, bitch. Like, what do you mean? Buy a house, then you can have some land. Sometimes I feel like it's people that don't own homes or some shit like that have this obsession with categorizing themselves with a certain identity, which honestly feels like a lie, so that they can feel that they're better than, I guess, the African people, and then also so that they can claim stake to land that they already have claim to because they live here and are from here. Like, I don't know why, but here's Asian Doll, girl. Here's Asian Doll. She said, my mother was always right about this native Indian stuff going on right now. My whole life, she told us what we was and told us not to never tell friends or the school the truth about our ethnicity. My mother been getting a check for her Indian roots our whole life. I can't believe we have been lied to and was forced to say we are African Americans when most of us knew in our hearts we wasn't African descent. Since the truth is coming out, I can finally say it. I'm Navajo Indian. To me, this is no different than what y'all did in the 90s talking about, I got Indian in my family. To me, it's no different. It's no different. Because even if you wanted to call yourself, girl, why would you be a Navajo Indian? Like, you would know, like, the true words to use in that Christopher Columbus called the people here Indian because he did not know he wasn't in fucking India. And listen, in New Orleans, we call people Indians and Injuns because that's just what it was called from that fucked up version of how we identified America through the lens of a white man, right? So if you're actually of Navajo ancestry, bitch, I'm gonna need for you to call yourself a Navajo Black American, bitch. Okay? That's what you would be. You would not be an Indian, bitch. You would not be Indian. My Indian red. You would not be an Indian, bitch. I just, y'all work on my nerves because you know why? Because you know why? Because they don't change nothing about the fact that you still in America are a black girl that grew up obviously in somebody's hood. What do you think that changes for you? And let's not even get into the fact that obviously you wasn't never that proud to be Black, Asian doll. Sounds like your mama made you hate yourself so that she could lie and get a check from the government. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I listen, I'm not like the rest of you hoes, okay? I did my ancestry, and I know that I have the DNA of people from West Africa. So I don't understand how you don't have pride in the fact that you would have family members that made it through the Middle Passage. Like, bitch, I had a family member that made it on feet from Cameroon to a goddamn slave castle. Made it over the water where they threw most of the people in the goddamn water because they was dying of sickness and shit on them boats that y'all believe should still be around and that people don't destroy boats or boats don't sink to the bottom of the fucking ocean. My God. That's where shiplap comes from, bitch. Huge pieces of wood that was made for ships. People make houses with them now. I'm just saying, y'all, I just hear so many things. And I do believe that most of my DNA is probably of, Native people and child some white people for sure. But I definitely look like a Black person. And when I don't have no eyelashes on, I look like a Native person. So it is what it is, bitch. I am a New Orleanian, bitch. I'm Black. I'm from New Orleans. Like, that's all I need to be. I don't need to be anything else. Like, I don't understand this need to always have to, refresh your identity, bitch, so that you could feel better about yourself. It's weird to me. But it's just like, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it's a conversation that I see a lot of Black people having. And it's as if they are in some ways ashamed or don't want to be connected to Africans. So we're going to, you know, act as if the slave trade wasn't as bad as it was. We're going to do what white people did. We're going to misinform everybody so that we can feel like we're not actually connected. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, girl, but you could just buy a house and be entitled to the land. I'ma just, you know, like I don't know what else y'all need besides, bitch, just go buy some land. Then you'll own land, girl. If it's about that, like, this is an easy fix. We don't have to go and rewrite our nigga history and shit. I'm sorry to say it like that, but you know, like, bitch, shut up. So moving on from there, girl, Sherry Shepherd. Sherry Shepherd, I'm going to play it, but I ain't going to show it. But y'all see Sherry Shepherd, huh? First, we going to listen to this clip with her talking to the judges, and then we going to listen to her crying about how hard it is to be like Tyra, a weird bitch with big titties.
I felt that Tyra did not take accountability. It's been a lot of backlash online and everywhere. What should Tyra do?
Well, wow, yeah.
Actually, she answered questions.
She should answer the questions that they ask her.
I mean, look, I'm not her publicist.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure who her publicist is, but that being said, you know, I think the reality is, and how we approached it, is just to be absolutely honest with it, and it's okay. It's okay to admit that you made a mistake. It's okay to say, I'm sorry. It's okay to go, it wasn't right. And I know that, and we all know that. None of us are perfect. We were trying. There were lots of mistakes. Some things perhaps were even forced errors, right? As in, you know, what happened with Shandy, what happened with various contestants that shouldn't have happened.
I remember that day like it was yesterday watching the show. And Shandy, in the documentary, expressed her pain over a sexual encounter that was filmed. Now, Mr. J, did you ever feel like the show went too far?
Well, you know, for me, that Shandy scene was just devastating. She was the girl that in my mind, I was ready for her to win.
Right.
You know, you even see it in the doc. We're shooting in Verona, and she's winning.
She had it.
She's winning. She had it. I was in the production office when we got word of what was going down. I was devastated in the moment. And what I'd like everyone to just think about for a minute, because Shandy says this in her interview, she said, someone said, hey, how about the guys come over? Now, as someone who worked on that show, I could tell you the girls couldn't plan the next 5 minutes of their lives. They were following a directive. So who is the someone? That's the question. I'll leave it out there. I kind of know roughly, but the point is, someone presented that. But
so Nigel, and being...
So you saying that a producer actually presented the idea to have the men there because they wanted that type of dynamic to happen on camera. And it was obvious. It was obvious that y'all wanted some type of sexy, steamy shit to happen on the show. But y'all was still supposed to protect 19, 20-year-old girls that have probably never even been outside the country to be drinking alcohol in a jacuzzi with a nigga that they don't know. And there is an assumption of safety. When people are holding up cameras, you do assume that people are going to protect you from this type of shit.
Being a father of two, did you ever feel like I didn't do enough to protect, or you tried to do as much as you could?
Well, I mean,
you didn't know about it.
No, so that's the thing. Ultimately, as judges, we were actually kept quite sort of separate from what was happening. They wanted that on purpose, so that, you know, their everyday lives sort of played out outside of it, and then we would come to judging and we would just see their best photograph. We would kind of get, you know, they would tell us about what they did. They did a photo shoot, they visited this, they did go-sees. We wouldn't know what happened behind closed doors, as you wouldn't in real life. If you go to a job interview, you don't tell everyone all your dirty laundry, right? You basically go in there and you try and get the job. That's what that moment was for, right? I watched the show like everybody else did and saw what happened to Shandy on TV the way the rest of the world did. I didn't know the behind the scenes, all the things, the fact that production allowed this, didn't allow that, and because there was no social media, it didn't get out to the world. However, watching that now, I don't care whether they signed away the rights of their life and to say that the cameras could follow them. As a responsible adult, as a decent human being, you clearly do not let two young people who have got drunk go to bed together and film it as if that was somehow okay. It was not.
Fans felt...
Okay. Listen, I appreciate them saying how they feel because it's the right thing to say. I think it is the correct thing to say that that was wrong and that was fucked up. But I don't know why everybody feels like it's better for everybody to be sociopaths and not give a fuck about anything. But I disagree. Okay? Now, Sherry Shepherd crying and shit.
People don't understand when we are in power, the battles we gotta fight that you will never know about. Never. To keep a show on the air, there are things that we have to do that people will tell us, if you want to stay on the air, this is what you got to do. And we got to weigh the options. And sometimes we make bad decisions and we look up and we go, in hindsight, maybe I should not have done it.
You mean like the way you went at Megan Thee Stallion and slut-shamed her on national television, but then hugged and babied the fuck out of an abusive Jonathan Majors? You mean like that? I thought that was just you being a pick-me. I didn't know production forced you to do that lame-ass shit.
Been up all night watching Netflix's documentary about Tyra Banks and America's Next Top Model. When I tell you I was hooked, I understand why people are mad. I do understand. But I also say you have to understand the time that this all happened was in 2003. Reality TV was the wild, wild west back then. Every show was trying to outdo each other to stay on the air. We had people that were eating rats on Survivor.
They
we
still
had people
do.
getting in Nevada spiders on Fear Factor.
I mean, Fear
Simon
Factor. I be
Cowell was
watching
telling
Fear
people
Factor.
They suck to their faces. I cannot forget that Tyra still, that was a young black woman trying to make it in the reality TV game. Like it just...
You know, obviously we should not admonish her. We should not ask her to be sorry. We shouldn't expect her to have empathy. We shouldn't expect her not to play in them girls' faces like that. We shouldn't. You are absolutely right. We should expect her to be just like everybody else, alpha self, fucked up, sociopathic, don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. We should just expect that from everybody. That sounds like a great world to live in.
Now we have a plethora of TV shows. We're not naive to what goes on behind the scenes in reality shows today. So we're trying to compare a time today that we know a lot to a time when there was nothing like this show on the air.
To be clear, you knew recording the essay was wrong because you edited and cut it up in a way that doesn't show the truth. You knew what you were showing was going to be fucked up. You knew it was going to be a highlight reel. It was going to sizzle. Yeah, you knew that. You knew it was going to be a sizzle reel. And there is no fucks given because I'm assuming you've been sexually assaulted to a degree that it's like I don't have the same amount of empathy because it happened to me. So this isn't that bad. That's what it comes off like. I'm not sure, but that's what it comes off like. You know, I remember when I used to work at the news station, everybody be forgetting that I was an actual, photojournalist and an editor and a photographer at a local news station for 8 years before I quit in 2018, straight out of college, right? And one of the things that I noticed was that over time, the job got more strict. Like it used to be like you come in, you do your job. As long as you get your job done, nobody has any problems. Then it became micromanaging everything you did. Then it became busy work. Why the fuck do I need busy work? Like what is going on? Like especially in the news business, because there are times there's downtime where you don't have a lot to do. But then there are other times when you're going to be working a 12, 13, 14-hour shift or 2 doubles back to back during Mardi Gras or hurricane season or anytime there's a fucking oil spill somewhere or a shooting or a hostage situation. Shit like that happens in New Orleans all the time. And you could be on a story for the whole rest of the fucking day, which is why it was so annoying the way they would be. And then when we got to holidays, it was like, and one of the stations started putting on the Yule log. And it was like, why do y'all do this to us? Like, we don't have to be on for Christmas. Nobody wants to see the news on Christmas anyway. Why do y'all have us up here doing this? And it was because my boss didn't want to make our experience easier than his. If he struggled, if he felt like they didn't trust him, if he felt like he had a hard time, that he wanted everybody under him to have that same hard time. He wanted everybody to struggle and not enjoy their job the way he didn't enjoy his job. So yeah. People are weird like that. They just want everybody to suffer. I think that's weird. I think y'all should get y'all life together. Erica, I'm sorry, not Erica, Eva. Eva also commented.
I remember reaching out to Jay Manuel, like, is this the same top model that we did?
Yeah.
Because how don't I know about this?
Yeah. And they didn't ask you to be on it.
They did not
that
ask me to be on it. It was very surprising. And then I watched it. And after I watched it, I was gobsmacked. I was in awe. I told Jay my mouth was wide open. To be a part of a club and not know what's going on in the club is crazy.
What exactly was it troubling to you? Was it, when you say gobsmacked?
And what
Gobsmacked
surprised
can
you?
mean one can be great, or it could be something that, oh my God.
Amazingly horrifying for the stories. I've lived my experience. I've walked in my shoes. And though there is a level of relatability, one would assume someone having walked in the same shoes, I had no idea. Like, absolutely no idea. I have been asked about Tyra for 21 years.
Yeah.
I think that the judges and the producers had a role in creating this type of environment, even if you never saw it.
Absolutely. That environment could not exist without producers aiding and abetting what was going on. I've done reality now on every level.
Yeah.
Housewives. I mean, I don't know what's going on in someone's life unless the producers tell me. It's a part of how this thing works. At the time, we were kids trying to find our dreams realized and actualized by a woman that we believed could do that for us. And if she could see it in us, then the world would see it in us because the world sees it in her.
Yeah.
So it was just a TV show
Yeah.
to win a competition.
Yeah, and we appreciate you coming in and adding a little bit more texture to this very layered conversation about this show. But
I do appreciate Eva's viewpoint because at one point she did defend Tyra. And now it's like, oh my God, I didn't know. And
as you mentioned, you have done so many projects after America's Top Model. BET.
Thanks to Top Model, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What I will say is I will never fail to thank Tyra.
Yeah.
What Tyra set out to do in this business, I will always say, and especially for Top Model, initially, she set out to change the world, to change what the modeling industry looked like, sound like, felt like, and expected.
Yeah,
and she did that for me.
Served as a
she did it for me too. Yes, there are a lot of y'all that had good experiences, and that has to be acknowledged as well. But I think that because some of these terrible things have been hidden and lied about and not taken accountability for, that is where our focus will be. Because essentially, some of y'all were fucking lucky.
What are your thoughts
Oliver Twix talked to Tiffany.
on Miss Tyra Banks?
With my experience is she's a fake ass bitch. Before the show started, before the whole I think it was a 6 or 7 episode came out, Tyra used to literally call my mom, not my mom, my grandmother's house. Cause I try to act like she's checking up on me. Oh, hey girl, I'm just calling to check up on you. The episode's gonna be coming out. I just want you to be prepared and woo-doo-doo-woo. And I'm like, okay, the first couple times I talked to her, but then it started getting like, I was over it. And cause she's like, oh, I want to be your mentor. Cause right after the argument, she came to the hotel. Her and her mom, she was her mom on me because her mom was so sweet. And they was like, Tyra, I want to have a meeting with you. So we went to a room, and I had a meeting with her and her mom. And she was just telling me, she was like, Tiffany, I just believed in you. I believed in you so much, and I wanted you to win. You remind me of me. You're a blank palette, and your face, blah blah blah. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm like, oh, I did an interview right behind it. So she just sauced me up, and I'm feeling all some type of way. I'm like, I love Tyra, and Tyra loves me, and she's gonna be my mentor. Woo, 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 woo. She called me a couple times once we went home, and she just was prepping me because after the show came on, it was like, I'm out at you. And it is what it is. I don't, you know, she don't owe me anything, but it was just like, oh, okay, you finessed the kid. Like, that was cute. You got me all the way to the episode to make sure I ain't say nothing stupid, because at the time, I could have goofed out and because people wanted to know what really happened and what she really said. But I'm like, I'm riding with Tyra. I don't know Tyra like me. And it wasn't what it was, but it's okay. She probably had producers telling her what to do. She had to make sure her show was good and everything like that. So it's nothing.
Did you feel like when Tyra was yelling at you?
Everybody is capping. Eva was capping a little bit. I think Eva knew more than she is admitting to, but I do appreciate her. I was gobsmacked. I was horrified. I had no idea that these things were going on. It doesn't pass any judgment on Tyra, and it thanks Tyra. So just in case admonishing Tyra could hurt her, she doesn't do it. Yeah, it's absolutely a form of abuse. The way they are responding to Tyra out of fear of her response to them. A lot of them have like a level of fear about how they're responding to her. And I wish it wasn't like that, because it makes me feel like you get to be a monster. You get to be a monster and everybody has to be afraid of you.
She didn't want to give you the opportunity to speak your piece. Do you think she was genuine, or was she doing it for the show? Did she ever apologize?
It was definitely for the show, because honestly, I done said so much stuff like behind the scenes and stuff like that she should have been cussing me out. And it was like I said, it was her time of the month. And she kept saying, oh, I'm just not in a good mood. I need my heating pad. I got my heating pad. Like, I'm not in a good mood. And I'll give her this. I have a type of personality where even if I'm not saying it, you can tell I'm just like, fuck you, man. So she was just, I guess when I went and I wasn't crying, I cried every freaking episode. Like, I cried so much, I was just like, I'm not crying no more. You want me to go home? Go home. Like, I'm not finna beg to be here. I don't want to try to make it seem like I'm finna beg you. Like, I'm over it. Like, you sent me home, cool. Y'all don't cry. And I think that bothered her. Like, sometimes my sarcasm or my sarcastic personality, everybody's not that tough. So that's when she had a little moment. And like I said, it was her show. So she can just do whatever. And then you're not going to hit Tyra. It was at least 30 people on the side waiting for you to jump off or do anything, and they on your neck by Tyra. So, we had our little words. She said deeper things that y'all didn't see. She was like, oh, you can take your behind home. Now, I don't want to lie, but I think the bitch said you can go home and sleep on your dirty mattress. But that could just be me being extra. But she did tell me you can go home and sleep on your mattress with your baby, your newborn baby. And she said a lot of deeper stuff. When you arguing, She's like, oh, you don't know where I'm from, and woo-de-woo-de-woo. And I'm like, bitch, I do know where you from, and fuck top mom, and fuck y'all who work in, F all y'all.
Well, you said that, Tiffany?
Y'all need the unedited version, because once again, I can't believe the girls didn't even say it. It was just bad. And he was like, well, did you learn anything? Like, yeah, fuck top model. Like, it was just, because I was in a bad space at that time, because she hadn't yelled, and I'm just there like, what? Like, why are we even at this moment? I told the girls don't cry. I told them, like, I'm going to take it. It is what it is. I'm going to just go. And then it just went left. It was just like, fuck all this shit. I'll tear this shit up. I had a psychotic moment. I'm not going to lie and say I was in her face, which I wish I was. But, and it was just crazy that, it was just crazy.
Did you ever receive an apology from her?
Hell no, I ain't received no apology. I told you, she pulled me with her and her mom. She came to the hotel, and she get me with that whole mentor thing.
Evan Maxwell is asking, I want to know what Tiffany's grandma said or thought when she watched that moment.
After I went on her show a couple times, I asked my grandmother not to cuss her out, but my grandmother sent her this strong letter, and I never got called back on Tyra show again.
What grandma put in the letter? I'm sending you a 4-page.
She probably sent a 4-page letter, but she never told me, because I'm like, Grandma, like, you done messed up the bag.
You never heard from Tyra again?
Never. No. Not that I want. What was I benefiting?
This is from Nerdy and Proud 27. What was the psychological impact of your time on the show? Do you feel like it led to long-lasting internal trauma? No. Like, we grown. Ain't nobody finna still be worried about what happened 15, 16 years ago. Like, what kind of trauma? She didn't beat us. She didn't make us sex slaves. We just had, we were thrown in situations. But Tyra cannot impact my life that much to the point where I feel like it's trauma. It was, I don't want to hear it. Like, I know when I used to hear it and I'm like, I wish I would have said more. I wish I would have cussed that ass out a little bit more. But oh my God, I just can't live because Tyra did this. It's like, first of all, I don't care what humans even think. So it's like, trauma, you got to be out your mind to still let something from 15 years ago give you, I mean, I got some trauma, but it ain't from that, from nobody taking no bad picture or nobody yelling at me. I done been yelled at my whole life. I done been knocked upside my head. You think I'm finna let Tyra from yelling at me give me trauma? No.
Now, sis, listen, I'll be doing these things. I be having to be indifferent, because I wasn't there. But it must be a Florida thing, because I'm just like, girl, if I was one of them girls, ain't no way no rich bitch who probably even thinking about me right now is gonna have that much power and control over me. That woman's probably getting her coochie licks on some island and yacht, bathing in diamonds and drinking goat's milk out of champagne glasses. She is not worried about me. I'm gonna go live my life.
Why would you not? Like, that's weird. Like, that's really weird. I'm not finna sit up here and act like that was a moment in my life. You either learn from it, grow from it, or still be stuck in it. And that's weird to be still worried about some. Stop. People be trying to find a reason to be mad and be trying to find a reason to be depressed and be like, oh, I'm going through the bitch. You going through because you ain't got no money, or you going through because you going through with a nigga, a guy, or something like that. But don't put that on Tyra. And don't put that on Tyra. Nah, goddamn.
If you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, like literally right now, what would you say to her?
I just want to say I found that portion of this extremely insensitive, and I don't believe Tiffany, because to act as if people making you like a Black History moment in a negative way has not walked with you throughout your life is, I think, some bullshit for you to act like that. Especially when you're saying it as if what happened to Shandy wasn't something that will probably ever leave her. And that's another thing, like, y'all act like that these show, oh, it was just a reality show. Yeah, it was. But how people remember you and how many people remember you and what they remember you for can affect your everyday fucking life. Yes, it can. I feel like a lot of us have not even healed from shit that's happened, 15, 20 years ago. A lot of times because we didn't even recognize what the fuck was going on. It feels like y'all don't want to unpack this. It feels like, yeah, I might want to, and then especially because Tiffany wrote a whole message talking about how fuck Tyra, fuck America's Next Top Model, and fuck her family for not having her back. So you mean to tell me that shit don't still have long-lasting effects in your life that cause trauma? You screaming fuck your family because you feel like they never protected you. And I'm not saying, I feel like your family wasn't protecting you anyway, but this situation, I feel like this situation blew up the way people don't protect Black girls. Even Black women don't protect Black girls. And I think not feeling protected by women that look like you is traumatic. And I think it's okay to say that and still live your life and move on and do other things and grow from it and learn from it. But it's okay to say that shit was fucked up. That shit was painful. That shit broke my fucking heart. I trusted that bitch. I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to say I trusted Tyra and Tyra disappointed me.
Can I get a check? Cut it, cut. Let me get something. I don't want to be on no more shows, or maybe I would can we get a check? It's no hard feelings. I don't need no apology. All the rest of that stuff you need to pay for it. I don't need no apology and all that other stuff. If we can get a check, then let's link up. If not, then we can keep it how it is.
And what she said reminded me about, what he said, what Oliver said about, she's somewhere getting her coochie licked on. Like, did we have to go that far? Yuck. But that made me think about what FD Signifier was talking about with Tyler Perry, in the messaging of a person that has not even been held accountable for how they abuse you, for you to hurry up and forgive them so that you can move on from what they did to you, as if that's how it works. Yes, you have to forgive people in order to heal. But it doesn't happen just because you forgive them. You don't heal just because you forgive somebody for doing something fucked up to you. Because it's much harder than that. It's much harder than that. And then the thing I think that I'm really starting to get pissed off about is like not recognizing the psychological aspect of this. They don't have to physically beat your ass, girl. All they got to do is make you feel like shit about yourself in front of millions of people. Humiliate you in front of millions of people for ratings, and everybody still got fired and the show still tanked. So they mistreated you for nothing. And they're acting like it was fine that they did that. Oh, we're just in a different time now. Times are not that different. I feel like we knew that a lot of that shit was fucked up back then. We knew that shit was fucked up back then, but there wasn't a social media for you to scream about it to. That's the only difference. But we was watching Tyra being mad at Tyra. We was watching Tyra getting pissed off at Tyra. We were watching Tyra say the same shit that crackhead Janice Dickinson said and looking at her like, bitch, I can't believe you. And we also saw how performative she was. But back in the 90s and the early 2000s, when celebrities were performative in general, and you didn't really get a chance to see them as people personally all the time, you couldn't tell that they was crazy like they really was. Tyra's a nut. And I gotta say, I wonder if she'll ever tell the truth about her childhood and about her relationship with her mama, because something ain't right. Something ain't right. Yeah, I'm sorry. The interview with Oliver Twix was from 2022. Sorry. But you know, whether that happened in 2022 or now, she spoke on it after the fact in a way that said that, oh, it ain't all that. And I'm thinking she didn't know about the other girl situations, maybe. That's probably another aspect of it. But it does give, I'm just trying to say that it don't matter and who gonna be out there worried about this, girl. A lot of people will still be, girl, I'm sorry. The way y'all talked about Jody, like Jody should have been grateful to have a nigga in her mouth fucking with her jaw. Nah. Jody jaw still ain't fucking right 20 years later. One of my favorites, Bree.
I know the floodgates are open, so everybody's talking to their phone right now. But before we can ask for accountability from this woman, I'd like to say some people hold themselves accountable. Because a lot of y'all are mean girls. You don't want to talk about it yet? Okay, that's fine. A lot of y'all had a lot to do with why Ange didn't win. No? Not ready to talk about that yet? Okay. It is so uncomfortable and hard and challenging to be in a...
We could talk about it. We could talk about it. No, bring it up. Bring it up and talk about it. Say, yeah, Tyra wasn't shit. Tyra fostered, but also like for y'all to act like that mean girl shit wasn't something that they produced. Telling y'all about each other, asking y'all about each other. They wanted y'all to be messy because it made for mess behind the scenes. They were producing you to pick with each other.
Hot seat. And
talk
truly,
about
everybody deserves to be there in one facet or another. So before we drag somebody to the carpet, know that your carpet is there too, darling.
Who we talking to?
I know the floodgates are open, so
who we talking to, Bree? Who are we specifically talking about? Put a name to it, bitch. Because I could tell y'all that I don't like Adrian ass. Remember we was talking about Adrian and y'all was saying, oh, she was being sarcastic. No, the fuck she wasn't. No, the fuck she wasn't. Adrian is a weirdo ass bitch too. Let me see. Because I think I'm done with that. I just wanted to make sure I didn't. Okay, hold up. What's this? Ooh, supermodel Barbara Adler says she repeatedly had to rescue a friend from Naomi Campbell. Let's listen.
Like a good friend that like really confided in you and
Yes.
tried to get out of this?
Yes.
And what would their story be like?
So one of my best friends, she's not here today. She was human trafficked by Naomi Campbell. And Naomi is also Diddy's, the godmother. I was going to say godfather because I think Naomi is not a woman.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't think she is a woman. That's just my feeling.
Okay.
I've spoken with her.
Born a woman, you mean?
I think she is yeah, I don't think she's born as a woman.
Okay.
And I think you're a racist cunt. But continue about the trafficking part.
So she is the godmother to Diddy's children. My friend was an artist, and she was
Like a painter?
Yeah, painter, artist, and her father was big in the music industry, very well known. So she could have been a model, but she was 5'2".
Right, and back then you really needed to be
You had to
tall.
be 5'8" to start. So she started meeting with all these famous people, and they connected her with certain people. And then all of a sudden, she's at these parties, and I see she's doing drugs and getting out of control. And eventually, I had to start rescuing her from parties. And then a few of the times, I had to rescue her from Naomi Campbell's apartment. And Naomi would bring her back, and they would do like detoxing therapies just to like relax and sleep over. And then I would pick her up and bring her to her apartment because she was so high on drugs.
What kind of drugs was she doing?
Everything. She had they provide the drugs for you. So she would open her purse, and it would just be everything, whatever you wanted. It was like a pharmacy.
Who would open the purse?
Oh, she would. Oh, she's like, what do you need, Babs? Do you need anything? I would say, I don't do anything. Oh, come on, just smoke a joint with me. I'm like, I'm not smoking anything.
I don't believe you, Babs.
I didn't trust her anymore either with drug. I didn't trust her at all. What she could have put in there for me, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She just wanted someone to do drugs with.
So then what happened to her?
So that was your friend? That was your friend. You talking about your friend like this?
So she eventually started traveling to Europe. She was dating this CEO of a jean company that I don't want to name, and he was using her and abusing her and bringing her to parties, and she was getting gang raped by a lot of these older men, and she was stuck in Paris. I was working in London, and I had to go pick her up in Paris and bring her back to New York to get her out. She couldn't get out.
And then when you brought her back to New York, what?
So she had to go through a detox program,
Right.
but then she fell off because she met up with Naomi. Naomi knows a lot of these millionaire and billionaire guys, so she connects you to them. She will connect you. Oh, darling, you know, so-and-so has the hotel, the Fontainebleau in Miami. I'll easily connect you. So they connect you, and then that's it. That's how it starts.
Did you ever have?
I believe that, though. I believe that. I've also, you know, because we've just heard stories. And Naomi Campbell is in way too many fucking pictures on some real shit. In way too many fucking pictures. So let's move on from there. India Love. Girl, this is just me. Girl.
I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my teenage phase. I went through a lot in my 20s. I made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of people who
Are you praying on live? I'm uncomfortable.
Drug me through.
I mean, whenever y'all put y'all hands out like the white people, like, you know, I don't know what that, I don't know why, y'all, but whenever I see large amounts of people with their hands in the air, like in that, like, you know, I don't know what it, like, it creeps me out. I don't know why. It creeps me out, y'all. Now, if you was out this bitch, you know what I'm saying, pull your hands in the air, wave 'em like you just don't cut, that's one thing. But when y'all be out here like this, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, okay, girl, feel it through your fingers, spirit fingers.
the dirt for it. And I believed it for a long time. I wasn't nice to myself because of what others said about me until I knew who I really was and whose I really was, which is yours, Lord. Now nobody can shake how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I view myself.
I hope this works. Christianity works for some people. I hope it works for her. Because for a lot of y'all, it just means more dick worship. Because when you think God is a man, he's going to erase all of your shame, and then you're going to be able to find some man to worship. So, yeah. Like Fantasia, my king, right?
I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my teenage phase.
I believe you. I believe those niggas took advantage of you because you was a cute little girl.
In my 20s, I made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of people who...
I would even feel like some of her mistakes were her being assaulted and not mistakes for her to carry. And that's another thing. I think that a lot of young women and women, period, that's why I say, what do you mean? Oh, that shit happened so long ago. Girls, what the fuck are you talking about? What are we, computer chips that delete shit every 30 days? Like, why y'all acting like because something happened so long ago, that means it's just so far removed from you? That's just such cap, such bullshit. Sometimes you need to go and revisit the things that happened in the past because you're not remembering it right. You're not remembering it right. There were a lot of things, y'all. I wasn't remembering it right. I really had, opportunities to really reflect on my 19, 20-year-old self. And in prior to that, in the relationships I was used to, in the abusive, toxic aspects of them, and how people want to make you feel bad about yourself. And the difference between being with somebody and feeling like shit about myself and being alone and feeling amazing and wondering why whenever I get around you, now I feel like shit about myself. I didn't realize that was happening back then. I had to really think about it. You know what I'm saying? I had to be around some of these same people in order to like peep what was always happening that I could not see before. And so I say all that to say, it sounds like she's talking about things that she views as mistakes that probably were not mistakes. It was neglect from parents, being misguided by the people around you, and then being taken advantage of by creepy old men. Like the game, sticking his fingers inside of you, knowing that people were watching, and then putting his fingers in his mouth when you were 19 in a park. But you have to understand what you went through so that you do not repeat it. And the girls, I feel like they just be going through the same shit and around we go. Because they think all they have to do is pray and, oh, God, please forgive me for being a hoe. God, please forgive me for fucking with this nigga. Please, Lord, forgive me. And it's like, girl, asking somebody for forgiveness for the life lessons that you did not learn, girl, you have to learn it. You have to figure it out. That's the only way that's going to keep it from happening again. You can't just pray about it. You got to understand it for yourself in order to unwrap yourself from why you do the things you do that may be unhealthy. But you have to understand you first. That's why, I be trying to have these conversations with y'all because I see so many women younger than me, my same age and older, that walk around carrying a whole bunch of shame and guilt behind shit that people have done to them. Ways that people have harmed them and fucked over them. And now they're carrying it around like it's something that they did. And I think that's sad. And I be wanting to shake your shoulders and like, bitch, love yourself. I know it's hard, but I'm going to keep telling you. So I think this about to be my last couple stories. First of all, I don't know what's going on with Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke calls out alleged audio of him talking about a party that he went to at Mar-a-Lago. That's not my voice on this tweet.
Now, a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not, there's a lot of things going on. You just, some women look too young. Yeah, there was a lot of sex going on. Now, a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not, there's a lot of things going on. You just some women look too young. Yeah, there was a lot of sex going on. And a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around,
they're not women if they're not of age. Luke said, first of all, that's not my voice on this tweet. Second, I voted for Kamala Harris. Third, I've said this before. I was invited to Mar-a-Lago by the real Donald Trump many years ago, along with Mike Tyson and Eddie Murphy. He gave us a tour of the place. I did not see any drugs. I did not see any underage women. I left early because I had another engagement. I'm not going to lie to anyone for political purposes. That's not how I move. And for the record, at the time, Trump was a Democrat. I've been to Republican events and Democrat events. I go where I'm invited. Move on. Oh, you go where you're invited. Okay. That sounds thirsty. And then also I saw another thing where I think Luke said that he was running for something. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I thought I had saved another story with Uncle Luke. Yes, here it is. Girl, Uncle Luke Campbell announces congressional run in 2026 midterms. Luther Uncle Luke Campbell is making his political ambitions official after identifying Sunday as his self-imposed deadline to decide whether he would enter the race. The rap music executive, youth football coach, free speech fighter, and civic activist had previously said he was considering a run for Florida's 20th congressional district, a seat directly occupied by Sheila Sherifalis, McCormick. Campbell is no stranger to headline-making movements. In the 1990s, he made South Florida history by taking on and winning free speech protections for his music after law enforcement labeled it obscene. Beyond music, his activism runs deep in the community. He regularly weighs in on issues through his broadcasts, podcasts, and work as a columnist. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't think Uncle Luke should be a politician. I think we already have a politician. We already have too many politicians playing with people's pussies and shit. And niggas think just because they play with grown people coochie, you know what I'm saying, that there's no problem. It's still a problem. Now, let's go ahead and get into Mike Tyson. Not Mike Tyson, girl. Michael Jordan. We didn't talk about Michael Jordan, did we, y'all? I don't think we did. Y'all, this week has been like a whirlwind, bitch. Mardi Gras always be having you like you just came through a time warp. I know I put that in the title of this video, but I couldn't remember whether we talked about it or not. Either way, people have been coming to my comments to defend him and saying that ice fell down the boy's shirt and all of this. And, they were wondering if it was AI. And I'm going to just say it don't look like AI to me. In my opinion, we talked about it. Okay, good. I don't have to go back through this. That nigga is a creep. Sorry, I'll change the I'll change the header. Thank you. I be forgetting sometimes, y'all, because first I talk about things on social media, like on TikTok and stuff, and then I talk about it up here. And so sometimes I be forgetting. But I did want to talk about two more things. I want to talk about Ray J, and I want to talk about Renni Rucci. Because I have not done my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta review yet. I will, you guys. It's gonna be a members only. But girl, Renni Rucci is pregnant, and I'm upset. The reason why I'm upset is because she's pregnant for Black Zach. And if y'all remember who Black Zach is, hold up. Let me pull up something with Black Zach.
You forgave your baby daddy. I got.
Hold up.
I ain't the one who got caught cheating in the world.
You cheated.
Nigga,
Not me. I've never cheated. I've never cheated. You with the LASHAEs, the rollouts, the Sky Blacks, the all of them. It's not about a storyline. It's real life. I ain't cheating in real life. You are. You are. You are. you cheat in real life, not me.
What? Why you not leaving?
Not me.
Fuck, leave.
Now, I try to make my family work.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
Everybody say that.
Call me crazy. Hyped up about what? About a nigga releasing a song from 5 years ago? No, you said I was. You just got on the phone with your friends and said I was. I never was hyped up about nothing. Never was hyped up about nothing. I got on live to clear it up like you won it. You said I didn't do enough. You said I
ain't the one who got caught cheating in the world.
So yeah, let me see what else, because I feel like it was worse shit. I feel like he was dog walking her ass low key.
Get out of my shit.
Great. How many times have you put me out? I don't talk to that man. That's you mad about some shit that's never. You mad about some shit that ain't happened. You mad about some. That's cool, babe. Let me tell you something. I don't have somewhere to go. It don't have to be your house. I will. That's like your 100th time putting me out.
Exactly.
Great.
On the internet.
Great. Because this what you wanted. You wanted me to talk clear. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. I'm glad y'all see this. No, you're lame. You're lame.
Love and Hip Hop is on that.
This ain't got nothing to do with Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop ain't make you cheat on me. Love and Hip Hop ain't make you act weird with me because of a nigga putting a song out that was 5 years old. I didn't do nothing to you. You get on the phone talking about I'm hyped by the song. I got on live and cleared the shit up. Ain't nobody did.
Oh, I'm not the one cheating.
And I'm not.
Who got the word?
You don't like to hear the truth. I'm not.
Is my cheating the one that got people thinking your child could be somebody
And I
else's
cleared up that song 5 years old and nothing about the song changed from 5 years ago. It's the same song from 5 years ago. There go y'all couple goals. Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
It been fuck me since you were cheating. It been fuck.
To my house, get out of my shit.
So yeah. So now she's pregnant for him again. Second baby, right? Second baby for him. That's great. Congratulations. And then, you know, of course, y'all know there was backlash because we was with her when that happened. So we wanted you to leave the nigga then. You didn't want to leave him, but now you pregnant again and he's behind bars. I believe it might have been like a manslaughter or attempted murder, some shit. Some shit where somebody almost died.
You were worried about children. You wouldn't have children out of wedlock. A ring or not, all of mine are taken care of, so it doesn't really matter. I don't need a man to do that. The fuck do a ring mean? Not that I don't want to get married. Let's not confuse that. I'm not one of those girls who like, what is marriage? I do want to be married. Okay. However, that has nothing to do with taking care of our responsibilities. Y'all be so confused. Y'all really be so confused. And probably got a single parent. You were worried about my son and my daughter. My son is 17, my daughter is 15. Junior is going to be 2, and I'm going to have another baby. Okay, love you. Don't have any more babies because we're not going to get any more music. I promise y'all going to get some music. Do I look pregnant in the face though, y'all? Because I posted a video when I was talking about that milk on my story. And Santana wrote me, and this is what made me really stop posting my story, because Santana wrote me and he was like, really got that pregnant face, because he had already knew. So do my face like do it give pregnant? It do? The nose? My nose look what? Like it's spreading? Probably because you look at me every day, huh? I'm doing July.
So yeah, I don't give a fuck about her having a baby out of wedlock. That's not important to me. What's important is that you not have a baby with a man that's abusive towards you, not have more children with a man that's abusive towards you. Like I would love for you not to do that.
You forgave your baby daddy. I got a child with him.
Wait, who said something about that? Who abused? That man ain't never laid a finger on me.
Girl,
Let's clear that up.
You don't know what abuse is. You don't know what abuse is. If you think abuse is just somebody putting their hands on you, not somebody kicking you out of a house or a car and calling you a dumbass bitch and cheating on you, if you don't think that type of, toxicity is abusive, then you just don't know any better. But it is abusive. They don't have to kick your teeth in. They don't have to punch you in the titty. They don't have to strangle you to death in order to be abusive towards you. All they have to do is humiliate you, embarrass you, and call you out your name a few times. Boom, bitch. Abuse.
I want y'all to stop saying that, please. We talk a little to each other, but please stop saying that.
Girl, no. What do you mean y'all talk a little shit to each other, girl? No. No, Renni. And see, I believe the reason why you feel like that is because your mom and that whole thing. Like, if you have people in your life from jump that are abusive and talking to you like a fucking dog, then you don't even recognize that when a man is doing it to you, that is a red flag. Run.
Come in like that because they want you to see better and leave that man alone. One, y'all don't know that man, period. And me and that man have shown y'all so much positive good but y'all see one argument a year ago. A year ago.
And now he's in jail. Girl, what?
About me like I ain't right here. When we get to my house, get out of my shit. Great. How many times have you put me up?
And run with that. Like, that man a great dad. We grown. We go through We grow from People change. We both have changed in a lot of ways. But that's not y'all. Like, why do it matter so much to y'all?
Because women who have babies by abusive men traumatize their children. And then when their children become adults, those adults harm other people's kids who then become adults. That's why we care so much. Because we are so tired of seeing y'all have babies and love men that don't give a fuck about you or those babies. And it just takes you getting your head knocked between the washing machine and dryer for you to realize somebody that's been talking to you and emotionally abusing you this entire time is abusive. Girl, if you want to be with an abusive nigga that is on Skid Row, that is your business. But when you continuously have children in toxic situations, I do think that's a community issue. And y'all act like it ain't nobody else's business that y'all traumatizing children. But children do become adults, and adults do have to enter into society. So what you teach them and what you put them through is going to affect them and the people around them, the children that they have, the relationships that they have. It does kind of matter, girl. Just a little taste.
Gotta take care of the baby. I gotta take care of the baby.
Still there. I don't even know if I could forgive somebody after they read.
Somebody gonna DM me talking about, yes, you did, babe. You forgave your baby daddy. I got a child with him. That's my family. I ain't got no kids with none of these folks.
Okay.
And like, just take 2 minutes and make a whole narrative up, and it'd be so far off.
Girl.
People are hypocrites. Like, let me see what yours look like, and then we could talk. Let me.
You can see it don't look like that. That nigga at work right now, not in jail.
See yours. Let me see an argument between you and your. Let me see your baby daddy.
You could see an argument between me and my nigga. We're not threatening to kick each other out of anything. We both live here. We don't threaten each other like that. He don't call me no bitch. He don't scream. He don't even scream at me. That man don't raise his voice at me. We can do that. But that's not what this is about. And I hate that that's the tone that you take. Like, when people are like, girl, you could do so much better, that's going to be a fucked up situation for you. And you're like, y'all act like y'all relationship so perfect. That is not the point, bitch. No relationship is perfect, but y'all really be out here allowing a lot of disrespect and abuse and trauma to enter in your life so that you could be with somebody. Like, it's weird. Let's see. Black Zach is in a relationship with Renni Rucci. He announced that she was pregnant with their first child, 2024. Welcome to, now she's pregnant again, 2026. The couple faced public trouble in March 2025 when Rucci was forced to leave their home by Zach due to suspicions of infidelity involving Kevin Gates. Rucci denied the claims. Their relationship status after the incident was still unknown. Well, it's known now. She loves him down, got another baby with him. And now Zach is, he was arrested by U.S. Marshals on multiple charges, including racketeering, influence, and corruption, organization, act, conspiracy, and a murder for hire plot. A murder for hire plot. Prosecutors say Zach organized the crime after a rival gang member stole a diamond chain. So he orchestrated a murder over a fucking chain, and now you don't have a baby daddy at home with you. He has since pleaded not guilty and is currently detained at Spartanburg County Jail awaiting trial to face the charges. And you kept the baby. I mean, listen, if you feel like you could take care of that baby girl, I'm not mad. Keep your baby. You know what I'm saying? That nigga look like, you know, if you ever had that prayer, if God, if we not supposed to be together, and then boom, jail, RICO charge. Yeah, girl, I'm not gonna argue with you. A lot of y'all like to have hard lives, so I'm not about to argue with you, girl. If you want a tough life, if you want to be with a man that call you a bitch, if you want to be with somebody that talk to you crazy and end up in jail on a murder for hire plot, girl, I'm not gonna kick the dick out your hand. Do your thing.
Let me see your husband. Let me see what y'all living like. Let me see everything that y'all talking about in my comments. Let me see yours first so we can have even playing grounds for me to talk about it. And don't just show me y'all good days. Show me the bad ones too.
And see, that's another thing. No, bitch. That's a part of y'all problem right now, is that y'all put too much of y'all fucking business on the internet talking about, let me see everything about you. Don't have to see everything about my relationship. That should be a part of why I don't have the problems you do, because everybody ain't in my shit. You letting everybody in your shit. That's the problem, bitch. Stop talking to everybody about your shit.
Yeah, hold that mirror up first. No, who hurt y'all? Anyway, y'all, I'm about to go to sleep. I just talked to my man for the last time tonight.
Because he's in jail.
I'm gonna set me up a video visit.
I know one thing. My nigga changed the battery in my motherfucking fire detector, so ain't no beeping going on in my house all damn day. I know that. That's why you can't feel sorry for these hoes. That's just how it is. You can't feel sorry for these hoes, y'all. You gotta let it be what it's gonna be. All right, last thing. When I say you can't feel bad for these hoes, and you gotta let these hoes be where they at. Prinky is another one. Girl, if you want to be with that, girl, go ahead and be with that. That's why we say children don't have rights. Children have no rights and no respect, because the children have no choice but to be in families with weird bitches that like to be with abusive niggas. Children have no choice. They're just born into a fucked up situation because women are bird-like characters in their minds, and men in general act like, fucking Neanderthal weird ass niggas, okay? Hold up, y'all. We gonna get to this in a second, but I need some water. Hey, y'all. This is a get ready with me, okay? Just a little something before I get ready for one of my daily lives. So I just started growing my locks about 2 years ago now, and I color treated, and I do like a style here or there, and I really, really have noticed that my hair does the best when I keep it moisturized. And my regimen of spraying my hair with water and then following it up with Fab Hair International's Moisture Mist leave-in conditioning spray, girl, listen, it's giving me everything that I need as far as the moisture on a daily basis is concerned. I've tried a lot of sprays, and I really, really enjoy not only the way the spray bottle works, but also the way the hair feels moisturized after I've given it a spritz. There are so many great Fab Hair International products to try. And the Stimulate and Soothe Deep Cleansing Shampoo is one of my favorites. It actually gives your scalp a tingling sensation that makes it feel really, really clean. And then the Moisture Mask Deep Conditioning Mask is really amazing as well. Made my hair feel really, really moisturized after I had color treated it. The products are great and were created by a Black woman stylist who came from behind her chair to give her people the products she felt they really deserved. Fab Hair International is for all curls and coils, whatever your hair type. You can find something at Fab Hair International that will suit your specific needs. Right now, you can use my code BONDY15 to get 15% off of your purchase. Go to fabhairinternational.com, take their hair quiz, and find out which products will be perfect for your hair. Be a bougie traveler and shop fabhairinternational.com. All right, y'all, we're back. First of all, where is it at? So Ray J was at a fucking concert. I don't know why anybody's still paying Ray J to get his fat belly on stage and sing to y'all off key and straining through severed vocal cords, okay, from all the years of alcohol and smoking Newports. Ray J seen performing with the heart monitor and blood coming out of his eyes. And you guys, I haven't really wanted to talk about this because I don't trust anything that happens with Ray J. I don't trust this. This is a stunt in a show. And somebody said that, obviously it was fake. And Princess Love said it wasn't fake. Princess said that while in Shreveport at a concert, the blood coming out of Ray J's eyes was real. Stigmata.
I just connected Ray J with Dr. Puma. He said that he was down to connect. He said that when we had been reaching out to him just to check on him and try to connect. I know you were trying to connect him, Charlamagne. He said that he had he got a new phone and he didn't have number saves, but he's down for the help. He said he'll come. But yeah, he just wants people to know that this is like a real thing. I just connected Ray J with Dr. Puma. He also talked about the fact that like this is in real life, this is very real for him. I told you guys latest that Princess Love commented on the Jasmine brand saying that the blood that we saw from Ray J's eyes during that concert was real. And Ray J says that Princess Love has been in a very bad state of things since his health issues hit. Let's take a listen.
Listen, I've never seen Princess cry like this. I didn't even know she cared that much. I've never seen her like this emotional. Princess is a
He loves it. Y'all, he's so happy that she cares about him.
strong woman.
He's gonna milk it.
So she don't never really show emotion. She been crying every day. The kids been crying even tonight. And then Melody's telling me, Dad, you gotta slow down and stop eating junk food and all kind of stuff.
And you told me you have...
Because junk food makes you cry blood out of your eyes. Girl, stigmata. Get the fuck out of here.
Slow down, right? Like you said that you talked a bit about doing a little bit less than you normally do, even on your sets when you are performing.
Am I still popping addies and addies? No. Am I staying up for 5 or 6 days? No. So I'm gonna get better no matter what.
Yeah. So I just connected Ray J.
Photographer, and he said that he was trying to make it lighter and make it cool because he didn't want us to look crazy, right? It's like your cousin going, nah, come on, you know.
I don't know what color you can turn blood to make it look cool, but I'm creeped out. Just in general, I want to jump out of my skin.
Is out there like playing around, like you see what you know what I mean. Everything is calm to try to make sure that it wasn't as crazy as it is, and I don't know what to say. Like it's like I can only tell you what that was, and then that's gonna go dumb viral, and then that's it.
Yeah, so basically he says that the photographer's basically saying this because they wanted all to calm down because everything was like overhyped to the point where like Ray J's kind of worried about like business and stuff like that being pulled away from him. But also people are really like affected by this, like his kids.
Yeah, because that's disgusting. And you can give people all types of diseases by having them come into contact with blood dripping from your eyes.
What a photographer like Ray J if he was just a photographer out of Shreveport.
He says basically because he's known in the area, this is a person that outlet could get to. And him and the photographer, they talk. They must have some sort of relationship with the photographer, but would feel like he need to protect Ray J of some sorts. He also
photographer, and he said that he was trying to.
Yeah, it's weird.
Happy to get on with you now to like clear up some stuff, and then also send a message out to somebody with something that I need that's important. Every time I do One Wish, I try to jump out in the crowd and touch the people and sing the song with the people, because without the people and without the fans, without the people coming to the show, we're nothing, right? So I always want to go to the crowd. I always want to touch the people. Unfortunately, as it got crazy going in the back under the tunnel, somebody snatched my heart monitor off. If you have the heart monitor, just let us know how we can get it back, if possible, because I need it for analytics. It's important. If not, they'll put another heart monitor on me, but I don't have no data for the past 2 weeks. And so it affects like them, prescribing me what I need or telling me that I need to either slow down or I'm doing great. DM me, DM Melinda, TMZ, whoever, and let's meet up so I can at least get it back. Happy to get on with you now to like clear up.
So now somebody stole the heart monitor. I feel like that's supposed to be funny.
At least get it back. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all need from us, we'll give it back to you. Or we'll give you some cash or whatever. This isn't like some kind of like stunt that we're trying to pull or some kind of theatrical campaign. Like, this is serious. And if I put another one on, it'll just start creating and finding the analytics from the day I put it on, not, the 2 weeks that I really needed it. In these past 2 weeks, it was pretty critical. Can at least get it back. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all need from us, we'll give it back to you. Or we'll
Yeah, this is all stupid. This is all so stupid. And I definitely think he's trying to be funny. And it's not funny. It's not funny. Well, let's read my super chats. Thank you, Divine Sparkles. I would love your thoughts about 5 Red Sad Story. I don't even know what that is. What's that? Thank you, Caramel Doll. Thank you for the super chat. The point that a lot of people in the FBA movement are missing is that just because you were non-enslaved blacks here prior to white people, it still doesn't mean that you were native to the land. Yes, because part of the history that people always forget is that people were traveling from Africa for years before the slave trade. There was always trade, right? And I read it in King Leopold's Ghost that there were some people that left from the Congo, like some kings commissioned people to leave and go and see what was going on. So they left in a boat and they went to the Americas, and I believe that they did not come back. And so the assumption is that they either stayed there or they might have died, but a lot of people believe that they just stayed there and just didn't go back. So there would have been African people on the American continent prior to slavery that would have mixed in with other people there. And so it just becomes this thing of, Africa is still the cradle of fucking civilization. So there's that. I don't know what we fighting so hard for, girl. At one point, all of the land was connected. Okay, listen. We can keep going back as far as y'all would like to go, but this need to be pure is creepy. It's creepy, y'all. Stop trying to be pure, okay? Stop it. You're a fucking human. You're not cocaine. Stop trying to be pure. And that goes across the board. When it comes to sex, stop trying to be pure. When it comes to your blood, bitch, stop trying to be pure. You are not a street drug, bitch. But anyway, I had a good time with you guys today. Okay, you guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Peace out.